Why, hello there. How are you all doing, everyone? It is a pleasure to be back. How's everyone doing? How is everybody doing? Hello to Astrolife. Hello, how are you doing? So this is the afternoon session of the pre-season testing. Hello from South America. Hello to Rel. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yo, hello Shrey. How are you? I'm going to quickly set up the countdown. I finished with my lectures for the day, so I can actually bring us now to the end of testing of the day. Yeah, that. Yeah. Right, there we go. Brilliant, so we've got the countdown going. And that means there's 2 hours, 11 minutes and 30 seconds of streaming to go. How is everybody? Right, let's see. We've got Dimitri Sega, let's go! Yeah, hello. Hello, Suresh. Shrey, explain what Merc has done and how Red Bull will cry over it. I had school, so she couldn't watch. Yeah, no, so basically what's happened is... Mercedes have gone for a very interesting design with their side pods for this season. And, I mean, quite frankly, it's a little bit genius. So I'm going to give them a lot of credit where it's due. And, yeah, I mean, look. I mean, some teams will complain about it being, like, illegal. But I think rule-wise it's perfectly fine, to be honest. Let's go. Yeah, hello Rohan, how you doing? Oh, Rohan, sorry. Hello, I've got to do my homework by and woo that Merc side pod though. Hello Hugbet, and yes, it's nice having you around for a few seconds. Yeah, I know I'm doing an exam when I finish this, so hopefully this is a very long 2 hours. Let's put it that way. All right, okay, cool, brilliant. Is the side pod less Mercedes actually working? Well, I think so. I mean, I think so. Like let's put it this way: we haven't had some actual, quick running, have we? Damn, 9.46K. I know it's crazy, absolutely crazy. Gold, I think, is still trying to hit 10K, isn't it? I think we're trying to hit 10K before the season starts. I think that's what we're going for. But yeah, how's everyone doing? It's best innovation since spacecraft. It's about to round a lot. Yeah, I think the main thing that I'd be concerned about for Mercedes is the porpoising. They are definitely struggling with it a bit more than other teams, but it's nothing. It's not slowing them down. It's not. It's not a real risk. It's not. It's not going to break down or anything. So, what exam is it? It's a lovely electrical science exam, and I'm sure anyone who does most people who do engineering absolutely despise electronics. So, and I'm part of that as well. Electronics are evil, but also brilliant at the same time. But yeah, there we go. The Mercedes struggling with porpoising definitely a lot more than some of the other teams. There's no doubt about that. But we have seen that we have seen examples already that they can fix that problem, and it's not too much of an issue. Best of luck. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you. They electrocute people to the brink of killing. Yeah. But yes, there we go. Why has it done that? It's gone all The subscription box is checked. How was it moved? Is it like zoomed? If I do that, is that better? Ah, there we go. That's what it's meant to be. Brilliant. Where do I watch it live? So I'm currently watching pre-season testing live on Sky Sports F1. So I'm watching on Sky Sports F1. Albon afternoon too. So we've got Alex Albon in the car. He's out on track right now. The 3 cars out on track at this moment are Alex Albon, Sergio Perez and George Russell down in P14 ahead of Pietro Fittipaldi. When does it start? When does what start? The testing. It is. If you look at it's been going for about 2 hours. Unfortunately, I've had to. I can't cover the whole thing because I'm traveling between uni, traveling between home. It's a bit of a mess, but we're here. It's working. It's all fine. It's all good. It's all good. Let me turn monetization. I'm not streaming for the next 2 hours of monetization off. There you go, guys. You've all escaped adverts. Well done. I'm gonna turn that on. I need money. I'm a student. Right, cool. Is it live in India? No, unfortunately not. I don't believe it's live anywhere in India. I think you're going to need busy bee absolutely today. And that's why I can't stream as much. Unfortunately, I'm just genuinely incredibly busy. But I'm going live whenever possible. What was I saying? Wait, one sec. Ken practical days. That's not fun. Good morning, hello everyone. There we go. Why do I watch it live? Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't think it's live anywhere in India, so that's unfortunate. Why no stream on Hotstar? No idea at all. It's available on Disney Plus Hotstar. Is it though? There's no live stream on Hot Stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's what that's what I was told this morning. I know nothing about Indian TV coverage. I'd like to point that out. I have absolutely no idea what Hotstar is. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've heard of them, but I didn't know they were a TV channel. So apparently they don't have it. Okay. Are both drivers driving the same car? Yes. So each team could only bring one car to the test, and each session, normally you would only have one driver for each session. So you have 2 sessions a day. Normally they just swap drivers. But Williams sometimes decide to be difficult, like they did in Barcelona. Oh, George Russell's about to improve. Actually, George Russell is about to improve. He's on a set of C3 tyres. So George Russell crosses the line and moves himself onto a 1 minute 36.553. So he's still a fair chunk off the pace of what we know these cars are capable of. But he puts himself up into P7 just behind Lewis Hamilton's lap time that he set this morning. So there we go. Disney owns Hot Stuff. Ah, right, okay. India, help please. Is it live on TV? It's live on TV for me, because it's live in the UK. I haven't got a drink for this. This is going to be a rough 2 hours. At some point, I might need to run away for about 30 seconds to get a drink. Depends on how sore my throat gets. I think it's okay now, though. You think Merc are slowing themselves on purpose? Well, yeah, I mean, I think everyone is at the moment, you know. For full context, we saw a 1:28.9 as the best time in pre-season testing in Bahrain last year. So all of these cars can go a little bit quicker, let's put it that way. Watchalong, mate. Well, I can see it on Sky Sports F1. I think if you're in the UK or Ireland, you should be able to get it all on Sky Sports F1. I know they've got it in Italy. I think they have it in Germany. You know, it's mostly Europe. Unfortunately, most other places in the world just haven't got any coverage, which absolutely sucks, and I really feel for you. But I'm going to do my best. Hey, be cat out of hot milk. You don't. Oh, I don't have hot milk. Disgraceful. I could get hot chocolate. That'd be nice. Could do that. Do I know Virat Kohli? Is he a cricketer, or am I being stupid? I think he's a cricketer, isn't he? Where's my? I'm going to Google it. He's a cricketer, isn't he? Virat Kohli. I watch a very small amount of cricket. He's a cricketer, guys. I did it. I know cricket. There you go, guys. How was Williams in P2? Yes, they did some running on the C4 tyres. I think they turned their engine up a little bit more. They did a similar thing in Barcelona. They were clearly, I think, the Mercedes engine team that had that had their engine turned up the most. So Alex Albon now diving into the pit lane. Also, someone's transponder isn't working because it's saying there's no cars out on track, but there is a car driving down the main straight right now, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on right there. The F1 timing screen may have broken a little bit. Can chemical cooling system work for 3 hours in a race if it didn't work? Well, that's the thing. I mean, look, if it doesn't work, they wouldn't put it in the car, you'd think. That's, you know, that's the thing. Obviously, we don't know like what they're using, how they're using it, the research they've done. But look, let's be honest, the Mercedes, they wouldn't put it in the car if it didn't work, so they must be pretty confident. Maybe it will have an increased risk, but they think the performance they're going to gain, similar to the risk that Renault took with their engine, they're going for higher performance and lower reliability. They're thinking, well, look, as long as we're going to win the races we finish, we don't mind retiring from 1 or 2, which is obviously a pretty risky strategy. But I don't know. I mean, that's worst case scenario for Mercedes. I think it should work fine. I don't think there's anything to indicate that they're in big trouble. Yeah. Can Vettel challenge for World Championship this year? I don't think so. I would be very, very surprised if he's able to. I think for me, Aston Martin, you're looking at being the 5th or 6th best team, I think. We had some really encouraging things, though, at the start of this session. There was some talk about, across the paddock, a lot of the teams are thinking that the grid's a lot closer than they were expecting. So hopefully that's actually going to like translate into the season. We're going to get some, we're going to get a lot more closer racing, a lot more interesting racing. It'll be good. Can I give an update on porpoising? Yes, I can in a second. Will F1 release any content on YouTube for Bahrain testing? I think they'll still do end-of-day highlights. It might be extended. I don't know because the whole thing's being televised. All I know is I'm watching it live. They'll probably do something like that. I imagine. I'd be surprised if they didn't. What have we got? This board is so weird. Yeah. Yeah, it's an odd leaderboard here. Harsh using Nikita Mazepin's money for developing 22 cars, firing him for the season. Feel bad for. I know, that's quite funny actually. Someone summed that up brilliantly. So Mazepin replacing Magnussen. They use Mazepin's money to develop the 22 car and don't develop the 21 car at all, and then bring Mazepin, then sack Mazepin and bring in Magnussen for 22 to drive the developed car. It's quite funny. So yeah, porpoising update. So it's I think most teams have sort of figured it out, but Mercedes, I think, I've seen Ferrari, actually no, that's a lie, I've seen Ferrari struggling with it a little bit this session. They didn't really this morning, but I've seen it more in the afternoon. Let's see, Lando Norris heading down the main straight, no porpoising at all. So, yeah, he's on a set of C2 tyres, and no porpoising at all on that McLaren, so that's gone pretty well. Obviously, they figured out that issue. But yeah, the Mercedes seemingly haven't figured that issue out. Red Bull, I don't think I've seen suffering with it really at all. Oh, they're doing a thing on Pierre Gasly now. They're just completely cut away from the track and they're doing something about Pierre Gasly. Okay, brilliant. Have they just accidentally started playing an advert midstream? They haven't. It's a piece on Pierre Gasly, but I don't know why they're playing it. We're just going to roll with it. Do I expect Russell to be better than Bottas? I think so. I'm not sure by how much, though. I think, worst case scenario, I still think he's closer than Bottas was. But no, I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna be pretty tricky. It's gonna be tricky for him. Don't get it wrong. He's not gonna walk in there and just absolutely waltz it. It's gonna be a challenge. Is Williams really that fast? No, they're not gonna be the second quickest team. There's no chance of that for me. I'd be very surprised. I'm gonna quickly update the lap count for you all, so you've got like the most. So it's actually updated. So we've got George Russell currently up on to 17 laps. We've got Sergio Perez up on 118 already. We've got Carlos Sainz on 17. We've got Lando Norris. He's not done a lot of laps today. He's only on 31. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with the McLaren. He seems pretty chill on the pit board on the pit wall. He was talking to he was talking to some of his head engineers. He was talking about the tyres being cold and how they handle, which I thought was quite interesting. But unfortunately, F1 cut away, which was actually a little bit annoying. So that sounded like it was going to be quite an interesting conversation and give us a bit of an insight into the tyres, because everyone's struggling with understeer really badly. It's the cars are just not hooked up at all going into the corners, and that was something we sort of expected. Like, don't get me wrong, we knew these cars would be a little bit worse through the slow corners, but to be as poor as we're seeing so far is really surprising. We're getting cars sliding, basically drifting around corners at the moment. It's not going great. 28 laps for Bottas, and then last but not least, Pietro Fittipaldi, 17 laps. There we go, it's all up to date now. I'll update the tyres on the guys who haven't given tyres. Carlos Sainz set his lap time on a set of the test tyres. Okay, that's going to confuse people. How many times are we going to get asked what the T means? And then, okay, so they've done with the Gasly promotional piece now. So on track at the moment, we've got Alex Albon, Bottas, Norris, Russell, and Carlos Sainz. That's who we have out on track at the moment. There's been a couple of time updates, so I'll get on those in a second. Carlos Sainz currently down to P10, so yeah, there's definitely been some new updates. He's currently on a set C2, so I'll wait till the end of his lap here, because it's likely he'll improve. Has he gone as personal best? Yeah, he's gone personal best. He's only 2/10 off. Ooh, he's only 2/10 off of Leclerc in Sector 1 on a set of C2 tyres. This is a decent lap from Sainz so far. Let's see if he can keep it going throughout the course of this lap. We're coming into now turns 9 and 10, a downhill left-hander. Teams have really been struggling with this today. Will he lock up? He does not lock up at all, not even a slightest hint of a puff of smoke. So yeah, the Ferrari looking like it's handling pretty well. I'll give him credit there. The McLaren's look like it's handling well as well. The Mercedes not looking like it's handling great at all. But we've seen that before. Whatever the car's looked an absolute dog, but it's still been incredibly fast. So here we go, Sector 2 split, and Sainz is 1.1 down on Leclerc. So still, it's not horrendous, but he's going to improve here. Fernando Alonso set his best lap time on a set of C2 tyres. We also got, and then Pietro Fittipaldi on a set of C2s. Right, here we go. Carlos Sainz about to cross the line. He's going to improve unless he backs off a little bit here. So he's on a set of C2 tyres, and he sets a 1 minute 36.076. There we go. I predicted that'd be a 36, and I just about got away with it. So there we go. Carlos Sainz up there. I'm going to quickly double check everyone's times because I know for a fact that some of these have moved places now. Because Ocon's down in P11 and I've currently got in P9, so it's all people below, I think. Guan Yu Zhou, he's obviously not going to improve because he can't go back out on track. We've got Norris, he's on 137.580. He's improved to a 136.360. So Lando Norris on 136.360. Sorry guys, I will check the chat in a minute. I'm just making sure all of this is right because obviously I don't want to have the leaderboard being wrong. So we go, and then it'll be, I imagine, Stroll's in. No, Stroll hasn't. It's Gasly that's improved. So Gasly's actually gone all the way up into P4, actually. I completely missed that. He did a 1 minute 35.819. That must have been when I was walking upstairs to start the stream. He's also set a C3 tire. So there we go. Timing screen is now fully up to date, so I'm going to go back to actually talking to you all. How are you all doing? In India, we're not able to watch testing live. Yeah, I know, I've seen that. It's not ideal, no doubt. What we say? So where my watch is, I'm watching it on Sky Sports F1 because I'm in the UK, so we have it live on TV. Valtteri Bottas has just gone up into P3 at 135.495, 135.495, a 135.49. It's on the screen for such a short amount of time that it's really hard to remember it when I'm doing it. Right, here we go. So let's update that. So yeah, Bottas moving up to P3. So if this leaderboard you didn't think could get any more confusing, there you go. How's Albon P2? Well, there you go. You see, that's the thing. It's basically just a bit, these times aren't particularly representative at the moment. Hopefully when the sun sets, which is in about, I imagine about half-hour time or so, when the sun sets, we're going to start to see some much more competitive running because it's actually going to be representative of race conditions. Right, what's I say? Can I ban Mercedes cooling system this year? They can, yeah. They have the power to if they want to. What are we seeing? How's the weather there? It's looking pretty good, actually. Obviously, it's in the middle of the desert, so it's only ever going to be pretty nice. But yeah, no signs of the snowstorms that halted F2. Snowstorms? I made the same mistake as one of the F2 drivers. No sign of sandstorms or anything, which obviously halted the F2 session and cancelled that. So yeah, it's all good, all clear. There's a lot of dust offline, though, as we're seeing Bottas just driving offline. A lot of dust coming up off the tyres as he lets someone go by. Obviously this is just testing, but I feel like the Ferrari handles somewhat smoother than the Benz. Well, that's what I'm seeing so far. Honestly, looking at the actual, I mean, you could look at the lap times, but that's completely irrelevant. The best thing to do is look at how the cars are actually handling, which is obviously why it not being televised for most of the world is a bit of an issue. But I'll try to talk you all through it. The Aston Martin handling like a dog. We're still seeing that at the moment. Lance Stroll bouncing on the entry down towards turn 7, I think that is turn 8 actually. Yeah, the Ferrari looks like it's handling a treat, honestly. I haven't seen major issues from the Ferrari. It's sort of working okay. But yeah, I don't know. But the Mercedes, that's where it looks like it's really struggling. If I was to say one team that's struggling right now, it would likely be Mercedes. It does look like they're struggling a lot more than the other teams, unfortunately for them. But that doesn't mean they're going to when the season actually gets underway. Yeah, so someone put in the comments to the video I uploaded earlier saying, do you know why the timers are so slow in testing today? Well, I imagine a lot of people are thinking that. It's because it's the first day of testing. We are on day 1 of 3 here. The times just aren't going to be that quick. They never normally are. And to be honest, these cars might actually be a little bit slower than we were expecting because they are really, really poor through the slow corners. So I don't know if these cars are actually slower than we were expecting. I thought they'd be about a second off the pace. But you never know. I mean, they could be 2. And, the times we're seeing actually could be sort of semi-competitive. The ones we saw at Barcelona. So, yeah, I don't know. So how about Red Bull? I haven't seen a lot of Red Bull on boards, unfortunately. From what I've seen, I haven't seen them locking up too much, though. I've seen 1 or 2, but there's not been any major lockups like most of the other team. But I don't really want to talk about Red Bull too much today because they're getting all of their new upgrades tomorrow and the day after. So for Red Bull, this is more of a... testing the small amount of parts they've got here, and then tomorrow is when we're going to see a completely revamped Red Bull car. And I may end up doing another 6 o'clock in the morning video if they have anything extra special. So yeah, I might do. I think that's the best way to go probably because I'm free enough to record a video in the morning, something like that. But I'm not free enough to stream in the morning. Like I can't do like 2 or 3 hours at 6 o'clock. Oh, it's gone red. It might be lagging. Oh, no, it's not lagging. Okay, good. See, this is the thing. I'm back from uni at the moment, so I don't have it. We can see some real timing on day 3 of testing. Okay, that's good at least. At least you're getting some. That's when it's going to be That's when it's going to be a bit more interesting, because I can't stream the afternoon of day 3, which is really annoying, because that's, that's my favourite time to watch it. That's when all the cars, that's when the performance runs happen. So I'll try to get most of the morning session in, and then unfortunately I've got a real life. I'm not on like 100k subs. I've got to do things in real life. So yeah, unfortunately I'll be missing that, but I'll try to bring everything else, and maybe do like a rundown at the end of the day, something like that. We can see some literally Haas new livery. Yeah, Haas have got their new livery, and it looks pretty good actually, to be honest. Where can I watch live testing in India? Unfortunately, I don't think you can. I don't think there's anywhere you'll be able to watch it. Will they upload a highlight video on YouTube? I imagine they will. Yeah. I'd be surprised if they don't. What do I think about the Merc Zero pod accusations? Well, it's interesting, isn't it? It's a bold call. It's a very you'll get to 100k subs one day. I hope so. That'd be pretty cool. I cannot express enough how much I want to have that plaque, the 100k plaque thing, and just treasure it forever. There we go. Dreams. But yeah. Oh, I've got India Views YouTube channel, change the name. India Views YouTube channel. Bit richer fauna considering only Red Bull and Brawn had the double defuse that year. Well, yes. Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? I don't know, right, with the Mercedes Zero pods, look, it's a bold call, and if it pays off, it's a brilliant one. And if it doesn't, they're going to look a little bit silly. But we still know. Are these push laps? No. Yeah, the silver play button, that thing. Yes, I want that. Whatever you call it, I want it. It's cool, and I will love it and treasure it. But yeah. Why Mercedes is slow today? Big lock. Sorry, there's a massive lockup from Lance Stroll running a little bit wide there. He was on a personal best on a set of C2 tyres. But no, that's a big lockup. And that's the thing, it's the same thing we've seen all day. Down into turn 9 and 10, it's just horrible. Will you get your degree if you get 100k by the end of the season? Well, I hope I'll get my degree anyway, to be honest. But yeah, I never know. I'll ask really nicely and just go, hey, look, I've got subscribers on YouTube. Give me my degree. It's a great negotiating tactic. I'll badmouth the university if they don't pass me. I think that's blackmail, actually. I think that's quite illegal. I hope Merc sucks for once this year. I'd love to see him with like the 2nd or 3rd quickest car, but in a battle. I really want it to be this, this mega free 4-team battle where any race there could be a different person coming out on top. That's what we all want to see, really. I think, or at least I hope. I guess as a neutral is what you want to see, because it's just so much more interesting than what we've had in previous years, isn't it? Well, watch live in India. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't watch it anywhere live in India, I don't believe. I literally don't think there's a single place you'll be able to watch it live. Maybe if you try a VPN on F1 TV Pro and set it to UK or something like that, you might be able to, but I haven't seen anyone have success with that, so I don't really know. Would I like to work in Formula 1 team? Yes, I would. The goal is to work in Formula 1 at some point in my career life, which whatever. Whether that be like as an engineer or if YouTube goes incredibly well, like sort of journalism, that sort of thing. I don't know. Basically, I want to be involved with it at some point in my life, like sort of 20s, I guess, 20s, early 30s. It's quite a straining life, so I'm not putting a long span on it, but it's something that I'd love to do because I really do love the sport. So it'd be really good to sort of get involved in. Tried VPN does well. Okay, that's a shame. Yeah, I don't know then really. Is there any link where you can watch it in India? I don't know either. I don't know. What am I studying? I'm doing automotive engineering with motorsport, so fairly topical. Will Red Bull also have a small side pod option? I don't know, you see, because apparently Red Bull tomorrow are coming up. So Adrian Newey has said the differences tomorrow will be very clear. You'll be able to visually see the differences. So yeah, I don't really know. I think they're going to have a very different looking car tomorrow. I think that's all but confirmed, basically. Whether or not they're going to go for this non-existent side pods or not, I don't know. Check Mercedes' Twitter. I can have a quick look. Well, I've got the Inspector... Oh, Inspector Seb's at it again. I can see that there, actually. Yeah, okay, we'll show it. That could be quite funny, actually. There we go. Where am I going? Here we go. Like I said, I haven't got... Because I'm back at home, I don't have the multi-screen setup. I've not got my proper streaming setup, just the microphone and the computer I normally stream on. So I'm having to make do. It's a little bit trickier than normal, but we're getting it. We're getting there. Inspector Seb back at it again. So there we go. Seb taking a close look at them. I think it was the look Verstappen gave that car this morning. There was actual disgust on his face when he saw the side pods. You can see it in the thumbnail of the video we uploaded this morning. He did not look particularly happy. But there we go. Inspector Seb back at it again. Carlos was actually seen touching the car as well. Obviously, a lot of fine jokes came in. Definitely this year F1 is slower 2 seconds. The next 3 to 4 years we won't have as fast laps as in the past. I don't know. I think I think, you know, you're looking 3-4 years into the future. I think we will be where we were before. Potentially we could be up to 2 seconds slower this year. But I'm still not sure about that. We still, you know, there's still a lot to see. That's by no means confirmed yet. What do I think about the Mercedes? I think, look, if what they have tried with their side pods pays off, then it's genius. You know, it's worked perfectly, and they're probably gonna have a great season. You know, but otherwise it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be really, really difficult. F1 started a live video on it. Let's start a live video on it, shall we? Let's I'll watch that while we're streaming. How about? Oh yeah, they have actually. So they're in the pit lane. Oh Christ, that was loud. Yeah, we're in the pit lane. They're with the Mercedes guys. It's Lawrence streaming. It's gonna happen. It is Lawrence streaming. We'll see what happens, but they've got a set of tyres ready. So they're gonna do a pit stop. Mercedes are doing a pit stop. I'm watching that. I'll give a commentary on the pit stop as well as what's going on track. Can I update lap count? Yeah, I absolutely can update lap count. I'll be 1 sec, so that's hilarious. How's Aston Martin doing so far in your opinion? Yeah, so I think they're doing alright. I think I'm now edging, I think, more towards them than Alpine, to be honest. I think they've had a slightly better time at testing so far, both of the tests we've done. So yeah, I think actually Aston Martin should be pretty happy with themselves. I think I think they've done a pretty decent job. They absolutely can yeah, they absolutely can have a decent... Yeah, I think they might beat Alpine now, but I'm not entirely sure. I have sort of changed my mind on that one. And I think that could be a situation where it's changing sort of lap by lap. How's my lecture? It was great. Great fun. Yeah, no, absolutely splendid use of 3 hours. Watching basically YouTube videos. That was all we did. It was great. What we see? What are those mirrors on the Mercedes? So, the bit sticking out on the Mercedes. So yeah, that's part of the structure that you absolutely need to have on your car. There's no debate there. There's certain parts of the car that just has to be there. You just can't change it at all. And yeah, that was one of those situations, and they've just sort of undercut it, which is clever. Don't get me wrong. So right, Mercedes coming into that pit stop now, so we're actually seeing it on TV as well. Oh, this is brilliant. We're seeing it on TV on Sky and on F1 Live as well. That's actually pretty cool. So there we go. They've done the pit stop. Yeah, great. So I think they're going to do like a close-up view of the Mercedes potentially, so we can sort of have a look at. Really worried about the Benz cooling system. Yeah, I mean, well, it depends what side you're on. Whether it's genius or whether it's whether it's a risk of potentially going pop a couple of times over the course of the year. Main Mercedes got loophole. Yeah, potentially. That could be, I think, probably one of the biggest loopholes that we've seen this year. I imagine, but. I don't know. It's gonna change. This is gonna swing all season. I don't say it's dominated shit. No, I don't either. I don't want anyone dominating. I'm not. I don't want someone to say I'm being biased. There. I just don't want anyone dominating. Haas is coming out of 4 side pods tomorrow. Yeah, they're gonna actually make a 4D car. They've actually just broken the universe. Where is the Merc cooling system exactly? So the Merc cooling system is chemical basically. It's a chemical coolant. So. Around the engine, that like they're keeping pretty tight-lipped on this for obvious reasons because they don't want to show anyone or give any teams a hint of how they've done it. Why Hotstar not showing stream? No idea at all. I don't know. I don't know the intricacies of Indian F1 broadcasting. I just know they're not doing it because people have told me. if you guys tell me something, I'll just roll with it. Obviously, Mercs will be faster in a straight, but can it disturb the corner speed and balance? Yeah, absolutely. Look, you're more likely to have a slightly higher center of gravity and things like that. But look, ultimately, it's not the biggest thing in the world. I think the amount of time you're going to gain by having less drag going down straight and more clean air. Actually, that's the thing as well. You have more clean air going on the rear wing and the rear end of the car, so it sort of balances out maybe. I don't know, but you're going to gain so much time down the straights by just having less drag. It's as simple as that, really. Mercedes winning Monza. Yeah, I think if they strap that on, they should. Even if they're slow through the corners, they might struggle to qualify well, but you know, if they're quicker down the straight, they're going to be all right. What was the biggest innovation this pre-season test? Well, it's got to be the Mercedes side pod for me. And Williams aren't too far off it, you know. Williams aren't too far off that Mercedes side pod at all, which is pretty interesting. They've just got a big air intake. That's like the actual side pods themselves aren't really there. The bulge comes in very quickly. Well, I said next 3 to 4 years of fast laps pass. I thought because of the new rules and restrictions. Well, no, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. But I think the teams will catch up. That's the thing. You know, F1 teams are constantly finding ways to make their cars quicker. You know, obviously there is a perfect Formula 1 car, but no one's ever found that yet. Haas really coming out with 4 side pods. Any particular updates Red Bull are getting? I mean, we haven't had many updates from Red Bull, I don't think, recently. They've sort of had a pretty quiet day, to be honest. They've done a fair few laps. So they've done a decent job. Perez has just done basically a ton of laps, by far the most laps out of anyone out there. So yeah, he's doing a really solid job, just getting the laps in. He's sorted. That's all he needs to do today. Fix through your Sport Sky. Do you think great speed is also disadvantaging for engine heating more? Well, I don't know. If you have higher speed, you're going to get more air in the engine. So, like, yeah. I mean, if you're running the engine at the same level, no matter what, you'd rather it be going at a faster speed so it gets more air in it, which is more cooling. Facecam, yeah, normally I do, but I'm not set up. Because I've gone from uni back to home, so it's just not set up. I haven't had it set up. I'm really busy this week, so I'm trying to get these streams in wherever possible, but I simply don't have the time to set it all up. Especially considering that I'm going straight back to uni anyway on Sunday, so I'm not here too long. The W11 was perfect F1 car. I mean, I don't know. There's still time in the car, you know. Like that's the thing. It was a great F1 car. It was one of the most perfect we've ever seen. But there's definitely still time in it. You gave him another year, they'd have found more pace. Everyone subscribe. Shrey, I agree with you. Everybody should subscribe. But yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So what's going on track at the moment? Will Mercedes dominate the ship? Potentially. I don't know. It depends how well they can sort out how well these side pods work. Basically, I'm gonna do a quick lap count update and timing update to make sure everything's all right because you know, it's quite beneficial to have it be right. So right, we've got Charles Leclerc currently first with 34.531. So he's not driving in the session because he's got red next to his name. Albon is up to 90 laps now. So Albon really putting in a good shift. So Albon up to 90 with a 1 minute 35.070, which hasn't changed. Can someone not do that outside? That's not great. Sorry if you can't hear any noise outside. Bottas has done a 1:35.495. We caught the tail of that lap as he's up to 56 laps now. He's putting in 36. I was going to say that's one mega stint. Then you've got Sebastian Vettel. He's on 35.70. Yeah, he's not come back out yet. Pierre Gasly should be P5. He is 1:35.819, and he has done a whole 68 laps, nearly. Very nice. Sergio Perez 1:35.977. So he's improved at 1:35.977, and he did that lap time on a set of C3 tyres. He's up to 118 laps. Then we've got Carlos Sainz of 1:36.076, which I think is right. Yeah, that is right, and he is up to 26 laps. Then you've got Lando Norris currently sitting P8. That noise is really annoying. They chose the worst possible time to do this. 1:36.360, set C4's 35 laps. I might have to close my window in a minute. Give me a sec. Hamilton, he's 1:36.365, so obviously he's not coming back out. Then we've got George Russell P10. He has not improved for a while, actually, George. He did just as we came live, but since then he hasn't really been out and done many laps. What's he on? He's on 17. He's now on 20. Yeah, okay, so I think he's circulating quite... Oh, hang on. As I'm saying all of this, Pietro Fittipaldi is about to improve. He's on a set of test tyres. So he's a set on teased, and he's about to set a lap time. Runs up towards the line in the Haas car. It's going to be a 1:39. It is a 1 minute 39.325. So I hope there's a bit more time in that Haas car. But there he goes. So Fittipaldi moving up the order. Where was I? Hamilton, Russell. So yeah, we got Russell in. Now we need Ocon. So Ocon has done a 1 minute 36.768, and that is... Oh yeah, no, he's not coming back out. That's fine. Guan Yu Zhou's not coming back out either. Then we've got Lance Stroll 1:37.861, which hasn't changed. He had done 17 laps, and he is now on 22. So he's done a couple of installation laps since we last looked. but not a lot. And then we've got Fittipaldi and we've got Alonso actually. Alonso 140. 139.437 he's improved to now. 139.437. The F1 broadcast not showing some of these obviously because they're right at the back of the grid. So he's got C2 and he's done 13 laps. There we go. That is now all up to date. So let's head back to the chat and see what you're all saying. Albon update. Yeah, I gone through those. Albon update. He's having a pretty decent day today, to be honest. He's I don't think there's anything to be concerned about. Currently sitting P2, 90 laps to his name, and I'm on 35.0. Albeit he'd done it on a set of C4 tyres. It's still pretty solid. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. You're doing great work for those who can't watch it live like me, so thanks for that. No worries, Alpha Century. Alpha Century. Oh, I like that. That is a good name. I respect your name there. But no, thank you. That's really, yeah. Horner, that's the thing I'm doing here. This is the best I can do without it, being copyright. And it's similar to Barcelona, but this time I can actually sort of commentate over what's actually happening. Fittipaldi's improved again to a 139.269. 139.269, so he's improved slightly. 139.269. And that is still on the set test tyres, I believe, so he's not improved too dramatically, but there we go. How do I watch it live? So if you're in the UK or Ireland, you can watch it on Sky Sports F1. If you're anywhere else in the world, you may be able to watch it on your version of Sky Sports F1 or F1 TV, but not a lot of people can actually watch it, so it's a bit difficult. Paul Mercedes getting cyberbullied for it. Look. Oh, Albert. Thank you, Albert. We've got speed trap data, guys. If you don't know, this is what we absolutely wanted for right, I'm going to close this window. That is incredibly annoying. Give me 1 second here. Chose the worst possible time to mow their lawn, didn't they? Also realised because Windows open, they probably heard me saying all of that. Right, what have we got? Here we go. So we've got speed trap data. We've actually got speed trap data. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to keep it like that. There we go. So currently we've got Albon, Leclerc, and Leclerc. So I was going to say Leclerc looked like he turned his engine up a little bit more at the start. So that was obviously when he set his fastest lap. So I think they went a bit lighter fuel at the start, went for a performance run right at the beginning rather than later in the session. Maybe it's because it's going to be similar temperatures, because it did start quite early. So maybe it's similar temperatures to what it's like when the sun does go down. At least for a little bit, there's a small crossover. So given he was doing the morning session, that was sort of the best they could do. But Leclerc set that time in about the first hour or two of the day, and it just hasn't been beaten since at all. So, yeah, no one been able to beat that just yet, but equally, I'm not particularly certain that anyone's been trying to beat it. Let's see what the... Oh, we haven't got the speed trap data there. That's annoying. I want that. Albert, give us speed trap data, please. Has anyone got speed trap data? I don't know if that's... I'm just going to type in speed trap. Haas 315 in the speed trap. Mercedes 288. Right, there we go. 288 for Mercedes. So, yeah, that engine is turned down, I think, quite heavily. Yeah, there we go. Great luck by Albon, but Perez and Vettel could have improved by 4 or 5 tenths. Yeah, look, all of these drivers out there at the moment, they absolutely can improve. Every single one of the drivers out there can and will improve over the course this weekend. Because, look, I know it may feel like day 4, but it's still day 1. It's day 1 of testing, new track. They're still make sure all their upgrades work. A lot of today is just correlation testing, make sure everything's doing exactly what they expected. But yeah, it's a lot of people saying, guys, I don't think our plan is happening. No, it doesn't look like there is, to be honest. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Our plan might have failed. Bro, why no face cam? Yeah, I know it's a little bit annoying, is it? But basically because I'm travelling between home and uni, I just haven't had the time to set it up. I'd have loved to have it set up, but considering I'm travelling back home, I might have it set up for tomorrow. Maybe I might have some time tonight, but again, I'm busy tonight as well. So got a pretty busy day today and tomorrow and Saturday. Did you guys see how good the Brazilians were under Haas since when they announced K-Mag was going to be the new... I didn't have a look at it. I didn't actually look at the comments. To be honest. I saw more on Twitter because that's where I follow and get like most of my F1 news. But I did see their post on Instagram. I gave it a like. There you go. Any update on McLaren? Only 35. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, still there's no reliability problems at all. They've just chosen not to do many laps. They haven't had any screens out blocking them doing any work on the car. So no, I really don't think there's anything wrong with the car. I genuinely believe they've just they're just happy to sit in there and watch a session and just come out every now and again, do whatever running, get whatever data they need, and they're happy, they're sorted. What have we got? Do you guys see how angry you don't? Any update on McLaren? So we can't know the fastest team until the 5th race or something, right? Because Mercedes isn't playing with 100% engine, right? Well, no, they will at the start of the year. So like we'll know when we get to the first race. When the second we get into Q3, you will probably know which car's going to end up being quickest over the course of the year. Hopefully, though, everyone's so close and the grid is so muddled up that it's just going to vary race by race. Because the cars are really different, so that would indicate to us that some cars are definitely going to be stronger than others. Unless one of them have gone with this route that's just absolutely perfect every single track. But look, you've got Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari all going for bit of a lock-up from Russell there. He's run a little bit wide at the exit of turn 10. Of course, that downhill left-hander catching a lot of people out. What was it? Merkison had answered the math question. Any update on McLaren for that? Read that one. Merc have done something brilliant. They're sandbagging heavily. Oh, they are. They absolutely are. They're so much slower. Currently with the straight line speed, so they've got more time in there. And as Crofty is saying in my ear right now, it doesn't look like a comfortable car for either Hamilton or George, and I agree. From what I've seen so far, that Mercedes is not a nice car to handle. Which obviously, when you're at slightly more tricky, technical, punishing circuits, is something you really, really need to sort out. Is Carlos on track? Carlos is currently not on track. He is in the pit lane. The current cars on track are Albon, Gasly, and it's just gone away. They're showing a replay of Russell's lock-up. So yeah, he's just coming into turn 10, down left-hander, just understeering, a little bit of a lock-up. And there we go. Off the track he goes. They're slow because of the overheating problems. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. Unless that's been confirmed somewhere, I just haven't seen it. But I don't know, it doesn't look like they're suffering with overheating problems. Who's my dark horse this season? I've got, if there's likely to be a dark horse, it could be Mercedes, because it could be McLaren, because I think I'd put them probably like 4th at the moment. So if they can do anything more than that, that's really impressive. But I'd say Ferrari, probably. A lot of people still expecting Mercedes or Red Bull to win. I think Ferrari could be right up there, potentially quicker than Red Bull. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hello, Akash. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yo, hello. How are you doing? So we've got Albon, Gasly, Perez, Russell, and Fittipaldi out on the track at the moment. Dark horse, Aston Martin. Yeah, actually, that's potentially a pretty good shout as well. That's a pretty good shout. For me, it's McLaren or Aston Martin if you had to go for it. McLaren, Aston Martin, Ferrari. I think they're all teams who are going to be a bit closer than maybe we expect right now, or, expected a few weeks ago. Dead horse, Mercedes. No, it's just a wobbly horse. It's probably quite fast. It just does it in style. They should connect both cars side to side and force them to race as well. Now, that would be exciting. I'm all for that. That would be hilarious. Yeah, no, that would be amusing. We can go down that route if you want. Carlos Sainz, first win coming. So I agree. I absolutely agree there. I'd be so shocked if Carlos doesn't manage to win a race this year. Ferrari and McLaren don't seem to be running that many laps. No, they're not, but that could be a good sign. It could mean they're happy enough. George Russell's just set another quick lap time. He's moved himself up into P7, so let me just quickly see what lap time was. He's on a set of C3 tyres as George, and he's how far off the pace? He's 1.499 off the pace, so he has set a 136.030. Yes. Quick maths. Oh, perfect. Look at me using my math skills to take away 1.499 from 134. Okay. Anyway, I did not think I was going to get that right. That's why I'm happy. So yeah, George improving onto that 1 minute 36.030. Who's watching here from the Philippines? There you go. If anyone else from the Philippines watching, let yourself be known. What we've got going on? Norris better than Russell? I will say so because I'm a Norris fan. I don't know if it's true, but I'll go with it. It'd be more interesting if everyone had to design their own engine. It would, but it's so expensive. Look, it's just so expensive. A lot of the teams couldn't afford to do it. We'd lose teams if that was forced upon them, so it's a shame. But Yeah, I don't know. Well, Aston Martin are looking at creating their own engine, which I am all for. That would be brilliant if they do go ahead and do that. There's from Philippines, South Africa. Big fan. Thank you. But yeah, there we go. So we've got Williams out on track at the moment. He looks like he's pushing quite hard, actually. Who does that be? That will be Alex Albon, because he's the only driver in the Williams today. What's my favourite team? I'm a McLaren fan. Ever since I started watching F1, I've always supported McLaren. So yeah, there we go. Philippines represent. My money is on the best time test. It will be a 1:32. Oh, it'll be quicker than that, I'd hope. I really hope it's going to be quicker than that. Where do I rank McLaren? Oh god, where do I rank McLaren? Probably fourth. I'd say pretty comfortable fourth, actually. I think they'll be clear of fifth and sixth. But I'm not sure they're going to be quite with Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull. If I'm being honest, as much as I want them to be, I don't think they will. Who's Brittany? I've seen Max talking and named quite a few times. That's actually. Let's see what high mounted Red Bull. Red Bull, Mercedes. I'm at the moment I'm going Mercedes, but the Red Bull car looks easier to drive. That's what I'm going with. Ferrari red team. Do you think we can get a Seb win this year? We could get a Seb win this year. I think the Aston Martin will be closer to the lead than before, so you never know if he can get a P2. I mean, we nearly got a Seb win last year. Don't get me wrong, it's going to take a very dramatic race, and it's going to need, the sort of top 6 drivers to crash out or have mistakes happen. You're going to need some more Bottas bowling down into turn 1. But it's possible. It's absolutely possible. What was it? Okay, so we're hearing some stuff about... Okay, so yeah. Apparently a lot of the tyre issues are simply caused by the tyres overheating. That's what Mario Isla is saying right now on the broadcast. So far, everything's working as expected. Not seeing any graining. While in Barcelona, there was a little bit. But that was expected. Okay, cool. So there we go. That's your tyre update from Mario Isla. If I were Fittipaldi, I would put on C5 tyres and drive the fast lap of my life. You won't want to be in the Haas car long. No, exactly. It's make the most of it while you're in there, I guess. But yeah. Hi all. Hello, Rupert. How are you doing? So yeah, we're just saying about keeping. So apparently the rear tyres are quite an issue. Actually, that's what we're hearing there, which is quite interesting. I wasn't expecting them to struggle with the rears too much, but that explains why maybe we're seeing quite a lot of sliding on the exit corners potentially. There we go. So F1 are pushing it here. So yeah, watch all the Bahrain testing live on F1 TV Pro select territories only, which is a bit rough. Tomorrow's Reds Day for new add-ons. Do you think? Yes, it is, yeah. So tomorrow we're seeing a lot more new parts from Ferrari, McLaren and Red Bull. That's when those 3 teams, that's when they're adding a lot of stuff to their car. They're just going to chuck everything they've got in it, all of their upgrades, and we're going to see some fundamentally different looking cars, which is why I'm not reading too much into today. The Mercedes is definitely the focus, because I feel like this is probably the closest we're going to get to them using their actual car. Or this is the closest we've seen so far to their actual car. Hey brother, does F1 team provide the same engine to other teams? So yeah, some teams do. Yeah. So actually, yeah, you have to provide the same engine. It has to be like same spec engine and stuff like that. So yeah, all of the manufacturing teams then have to give it to all the suppliers and teams have to give it to the customer teams, with all the same modes and stuff like that available. And Mercedes really bouncing a lot on the street. It was earlier. It seems a little bit. Actually, I'll have a quick eye on it now because they are showing George Russell circulating around the track, so I'll keep an eye out for it, because throughout the course of this day they've either been shaking loads, they've been porpoising a lot down the straight, or none at all. So it's been a rough day for old George. Alright, let's see, they're coming down the little straight after turn 9-10. Let's see if it's got a little bit of... Okay, they're in the only camera angle where we can't see porpoising. Will Mick still dominate a Haas? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a lot closer. Definitely a lot closer, no doubt. It was a windy session. Yeah, I saw some reports of that as well, which I thought was quite interesting. But I don't know. Some of the issues I think were definitely down to more than just the wind. What was it? Mercedes really bouncing a lot straight. Yep. Can't wait to see the full potential of each cars during race day. Yeah, it will be. That's ultimately when we're going to get the full potential. We're going to know the exact running order. But the fun thing about pre-season testing is you get a rough idea of the running order, but without actually knowing who's going to be where. So it's an interesting one. Porpoising can be negative or positive result. Fairly negative. I don't think there's really many positive results to it, to be honest. If you're happy to accept it, you can run your car a little bit lower, I suppose, but that's going to make the problem worse. So yeah, it depends really how much you can take on the car. Lap count, please. Yeah, I'll do another lap count update. Race Mercedes will be back to Spec 1 with its side pods. Well, yeah, is that confirmed? Because I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anyone sort of like confirm that. But yeah, no, I think there will be races this year. I think Mercedes is going to switch between the side pod strategies quite a lot, to be honest, as the season goes. So George Russell, what's he done? He is up to 136.030, so I did that with pure math skills. He was on 27 laps, and he's now up to 32 laps. So he's been out there. Obviously, we know he's out there at the moment. All cars out on track at the moment. It's out. Albon's going very slow. Is that an issue, or is he letting some cars past? Oh, Lance Stroll's just popped up with a pretty quick lap time, but it's way too small for me to see it, unfortunately. So I'll update Stroll's count in a second when they update it on anything I'm watching on. Has Albon got an issue here? It looks like he's coasting towards the pits. I don't know if I think Albon might have an issue here, or he's testing a lift and coast mode potentially. Let's see. He's coasting into the pit lane still. Potentially. I think they may just be testing coasting, unless there is genuinely something wrong with that car. Right, let's get this lap count done. So Perez is now up to... Where's Perez gone? I've lost Checo. He's on to 124 laps. Yeah, he's putting a lot of laps today, Checo. Very, very busy indeed. Sainz is up to 27. You've got Lando Norris on 35. So he hasn't been out for ages, Lando. Hasn't been out for ages. Fernando Alonso. He's on... Fernando Alonso. I cannot find Alonso. Oh, yeah, he's last. He's on 13. Not used to looking for Alonso down there. Gasly, currently P4. So it's a steering issue for Alex Albon. Apparently it's a steering issue. So that's why he was coming in very slowly, having an issue with the steering. So that's why he was coasting, trying to get the speed down as much as possible. And not approach a corner too quickly. Okay, right, we're getting a replay of what's happened with Alex here. So let's take a look. So he's turning into the corner. Up into turn 4. He's on the exit. Clips. Ooh. I think he's lost power steering, maybe. Yeah, some form of hydraulic issue. Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, probably hydraulic issue of some description there. So that's a shame for Albon. He might be in here. That's going to put an early end to his running, I imagine, or at least for now. He's up to 103 laps. He's got the miles in, but yeah, it's not ideal. So Bottas is up to 38, and Pietro Fittipaldi up to 27. And there you go. So Fittipaldi setting his lap time on the test tyres. And have they updated Stroll's lap? They still haven't updated Stroll's lap. He's 1.328 off the pace, so he's pretty good. He's 400ths behind Gasly. So where's Gasly? So he said 1:35.859. 1:35.859. Okay, because the F1 timing tower is not particularly useful, I'm having to do maths. Oh no, he's ahead of Gasly by that much, so it's going to be 7.9. So yeah, it's going to be 7.79. 1:35.779. 7.79. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, I think that's right. 1:75. 2. No, okay, I'm just confused. I have no idea. Oh no, Gasly's gone quicker, so I was right, but Gasly's gone quicker. So Gasly's improved. F1's just setting lap times now. I'm getting confused. Pierre Gasly was able to set a 1:35.515. I'd appreciate it if everyone didn't set lap times at the same point. It's incredibly hard to keep track of. So Sainz has just set... Oh, God, I don't even know what Sainz just set. This is just a mess. This is just a complete mess. Right, Sainz is set... Oh, God's sake. They're not sure. Okay, well, Sainz has gone quicker. I'll update it when I see it. Let's head back to chat for now. Can't wait to see what upgrades Red Bull bring in time. Yeah, I mean, look, they're going to have some completely... interesting bits going on their car. Because Adrian Newey, at the end of the day, he knows what he's doing. Like, you can argue whether he's still, like, the best, new engineers come along and they gain new skills and work better with certain things. But, he's still incredibly, incredibly talented. And he's going to design a good car. Ooh, the Alfa Tauri really struggling down into turn 9 and 10. Lock out very heavily. And the sun is now setting, so we are very close towards these... The lights have been on for quite some time now. We're very close to the stage where we're going to get some nighttime running, which means more representative lap times, which is brilliant. So absolutely hang around, because we're not too far off now. People potentially being tempted by the C4, C5s to try to get the most representative running. Right, hopefully the race have now updated all of the lap times, so I can actually get Sainz's time. So Carlos has managed. Have they updated? They still haven't updated it, lads. What are you doing? Just update it. I've got the F1 website. That's probably easier. There we go. So Valtteri Bottas C3 Sainz set. Oh god, it's 1:2.69. They don't. There's nowhere that tells you the lap times, and this is ridiculously painful. Okay, Carlos Sainz, he's done a 1:35.800 on a set of C2s. 1:35.800 on C2s. Thank you, Autosport, the only people who've actually done it for me. There we go. Brilliant. Carlos Sainz, P7. Perfect. No, actually, he's actually 6, so I've still got Stroll's time. Oh, this is great. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I want to cry a little bit, but it's fine. Stroll actually did a 1:35.859. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt there, but he was a little bit slower. So there we go. It's now up to date, and I can just stop looking at these, and it's making me sad. Right. I want some low 130s. Yeah, I think we can end up with some low 130s. I don't know. Norris improved. Of course he did. Of course. Oh, he's just done it, hasn't he? Oh, the bastard. I love him, but oh, for God's sake. Right. Okay, I'm just going to have to wait until they update this to be brutally honest. He went 1.415 off, so he's currently sitting P8. There you go. I'll update the time when I actually get it. So there we go. So Norris update 1:35.946. That's what we'll go. 1:35.946 for Norris. 1:35.496. There we go. Don't know what tyre he set that on, actually. Let's have a quick look on the F1 website. He set that on a set of C2s. So there we go. Going away from his C4s and improving slightly. So there we go. C2 tyres. That's a better lap time for Lando. That can't be right. They must have made a typo there. He did not do a 1:35. 9.4. 1:35. Oh, I gave it 4. 1:34. 1:35.946. 946. 1:35.946. So that was a mega lap time on a set of C2s. Give me credit there. So there we go. That's right now. I'm going to keep an eye on the actual scoreboard. Perez on 1:13 keeps going. He's just absolutely racking in those laps at the moment. He's doing a brilliant job. 1:30, yeah, up to 1:30. He's doing a good job. Why in the F1 site leaderboard, George Sony with the first name Russell? I don't know. It's weird. I'm going to be honest. I feel like they could have made the live timing on their website a little bit better. By giving us actual proper live timings, like the proper timing sheet, rather than some over-glorified graphic that doesn't have any of the info we want. Who do I think is a better driver, Magnussen or Grosjean? I'll go Magnussen, I think. I think Grosjean probably had more raw pace on his day, but he was way too inconsistent and just crashed too much. Magnussen, very aggressive defender. I'll give him that. Whether that's to a benefit of him or not, I don't know. What do I think the fastest time will be at the end of day 3? I think we'll get to a low 30, because we had a high 28 last year, but teams have got more to hide. So I think a low to mid 30 we'll end up with. I mean, I know that may seem quite far off because we're in 34.5s at the moment, but you have to bear in mind Charles Leclerc set that at the start of the day. So, we've had track evolution, we're in better conditions now. It can only get better. Yeah. What do I think of fastest time? Oh yeah, I literally just read that. I'll try to read the time in a millisecond, it appears. Oh, the issue is that they're doing with this with their broadcast. They're keeping the time up for such a short amount of time. It's really hard to keep track of. Is Mercedes' new side pod design working? Well, I don't know, because we haven't seen them going quick enough to properly be able to tell. So yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. I think it should work, but they've got their engines turned down massively. They're about 50 kph down on the straight at the moment, so yeah, they're much slower. Ferrari this season, yeah, I think they should do pretty well. Don't get me wrong here. I think they should. I think they'll be in the top 4 in the drivers regularly. How's Perez doing? He's doing really well today. He's pumping in so many out. Here we go. Lando thinks about making a mistake into turn 1. Yep. Lock up on the front right tyre. Backs out of it incredibly quickly. I think he sort of expected it. And basically going straight on at turn 1 and being overtaken by the Alfa Romeo of Valtteri Bottas. Hopefully Norris doesn't get overtaken by Bottas too many times this year. Ferrari all the way. Yeah, I think they're in for a good year, I will say. I know sport very well. I've been watching F1 for over 30 years. Mercedes doesn't look right up with this car. Yeah, look, the setup of their car is pretty... It's pretty dire, to be honest. It's not great. But we've seen that in previous years. I remember, I think it was last year. Their car was horrible in pre-season testing as well. I don't think we ever see the best from Mercedes in pre-season testing, to be honest. Or at least not in recent years, we haven't. Ferrari have a very strong passion. They do. Their car's working really well. Just joined. Can you give a quick brief of today's testing? Yeah, I absolutely can. There's not been a lot going on, to be honest. It's been a pretty quiet day because it's still day 1. It's day 1 of 3, so there's a long way to go. Ferrari looking good. Mercedes with their new side pods. Very, very drastic change compared to everyone else on the grid. Just like 2018. Yeah, I think they did in 2018. It was, 2018 or 19. They definitely suffered, but yeah. Yeah, so we see basically the Mercedes probably is still very quick, but it doesn't handle great. I think that's the main takeaway that we've got so far. Thoughts on constructors this year? Yeah, I mean, I've got a general ranking in my head of Lando facing the wrong way there potentially. I know he's gone wide again. He's had a little bit of a lock up again. This time going into turn 9. So yeah, that's not great. I haven't seen anyone go out there today. There's a lot of dust being kicked up. So I think that's the second lock up for Lando there. So potentially struggling a little bit with the brakes in the McLaren car. Mind you, we've seen a lot of lockups today, so I don't know if it's too much of a cause for concern or not. But yeah, thoughts on constructors this year? I've got to go personally. Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren, Aston Martin, Alpine, Williams, AlphaTauri, Haas, and then Alfa Romeo, I think. I think that would be the general running. But the rumours in the paddock currently are saying that the grid's going to be a lot closer than they were expecting. Like, the field spread is a little bit less. Like, this doesn't mean that Haas and Alfa Romeo are going to be, like, winning races or anything. But it's closer. The midfield pack's a little bit closer than they were expecting. So, yeah, I don't know. That's the rumour at the moment, and hopefully that is the case. 1 Ferrari, 2 Red Bull, 3 Mercedes. I don't think Mercedes will be third. I don't know. I'm just pretty hesitant to get carried away by them struggling with the handling today. If they prove on the third day that they haven't got it fixed, then you can start to be a bit concerned for Mercedes. But honestly, like, it's such a big change. They've got to change, how they get used to their setups, what they do with the setups and everything. And I don't know. I don't think it's a massive concern. I mean, Russell's still out there doing loads of laps at the moment. We haven't seen him for ages, which means he probably hasn't done a mistake. So he's probably been out there a while circulating and no real drama. So here we go. We're now seeing Valtteri Bottas on screen. So currently on track, we've got Bottas, Sainz, and George Russell. They're the 3 that we currently have out on the circuit. Merc have a history of cooling problems, like in Brazil. Does anyone? Oh God, when I don't know. I feel like when you're a Mercedes driver, blowing up your engine following Lance Stroll or whatever it was is a was it a Ferrari or was it Stroll? It was one of the two. It was a Ferrari or Stroll. I don't know. I feel like that summed up Bottas's career in Mercedes pretty well. Max 21 pre-season testing, a 130.6. I don't see how it can progress 3-4 set. No, Max 2021 pre-season testing. Well, maybe on day 1 he did that, but on day 3 he did a 29.8. I'm pretty sure from what I saw, because it was actually just slightly quicker. I'm trying to keep like I say, I'm not at uni anymore, so I've not got my normal setup, so I'm just trying to keep track of everything that's going on. Because normally I have multi-screen, so I can see literally everything, but not today so far. Merc sandbagging as usual again in the Bahrain testing, but to be honest, they don't have anything to lose. Even with the old design, they did manage faster laps. Yeah, and that's a good point. I think we're going to see change between it. I think at more high downforce circuits, we're going to see the side pods there. They're going to be used a bit more. But when you get to like Spa, when you get to Monza, I don't know. I think we're more likely to, definitely Monza. We're likely to see a setup more like that. Or you never know. I mean, if it works well, that might be what they're trying to check today. Actually, is how well it works at different like corners, different configurations of track, different setups, things like that. So Oh no, look, it's a big change, and I've got to get used to it and figure out how it works. Red Bull has something up their sleeve. They do. Well, yes, they do. They're bringing all of their upgrades tomorrow. So yeah, we haven't seen the best of Red Bull yet. We haven't seen the best of Ferrari, and we haven't seen the best of McLaren. All of those guys will be bringing all of their new kit tomorrow and on day 3. Apparently, the Red Bull is going to be very different. According to Adrian Newey, you'll be able to see the difference very clearly. So yeah, some form of bodywork change, I imagine. My prediction is Ferrari versus Merc, Merc FS1 team between Red Bull and Merc will fall back. Is Carlos running a heavier car or just a difference between the C2, C3 tyres? I reckon combination of fuel loads. Fuel loads, obviously tyres accounting for about 7/10 there. Yeah, then obviously you've got fuel, how hard they're pushing anyway. Because Carlos set that lap. Charles set that lap right in the morning, like almost immediately. He set that lap before the 2 hours that we were streaming at the end of the morning session in day 1. So it's a yeah. I mean, whatever they did, I think it was because it was a little bit cooler, so they went for a bit more of a performance run, which is why I'm hoping at some point in the next hour and 6 minutes we're going to get a couple more performance runs in, which will be really interesting. Ferrari have an update. Well, no, Ferrari will have updates to track. They're not bringing anything here. They do have updates that they are bringing in. It's not gonna be like a major. It's not gonna be as different as I think the McLaren and Red Bull are meant to be. But like they're gonna have new parts on the car. Max Thief. Let's see. Again, I'm trying to read all the different things I've got going on right now. Happy to see Albon and Williams looking good. Yeah, you know, I'm happy to upgrade them to like 7th in my constructors ranking now, to be honest. I really don't know what to do with Alfa Romeo. There's so many drivers. I don't know who's going to be last. I'm struggling with like the bottom 4, to be honest. I don't know what that order's going to be like. But I'm convinced they're going to be a lot closer. Carlos Sainz messing up the last corner there. Just going a little bit wide. A little bit of unsteer. Running the curb, which is not something you really want to be doing. Quite an uncomfortable drive. Any information, performance rise on the side pods of the Mercs? No, not really, because Mercedes are running their engines so much lower than everyone else from what we've seen so far. They are sandbagging in the traditional sense. Just turn the engine down, high fuel, and just do, you know, laps on hard tyres, basically. Don't say that Ham will be Ham, always the best. Imagine if Red Bull had the same idea as Mercedes about side pods. Wow, I mean, that would be interesting, and that would make a that's why Christian wanted to take away his comment this morning. He's like, yeah, I think that's illegal. Then Adrian walks up to him and goes, Christian, we're doing the same thing. He's like, yes, no, I said nothing. I said nothing of the sort. Alpine having issues with so little running for Fernando. Yeah, I'm not sure if they've got direct issues, but they haven't been out on track for quite some time. I haven't seen any screens in front of their yeah, I haven't seen any screens in front of their garage. So obviously it's nothing major. They're probably doing some setup work. So obviously the floor's still on the car. That's what we've that's all we know, because they haven't got the screens as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen it on the broadcast yet. But obviously I'm trying to read chat and about the 5 other tabs I've got open at the same time. So easily could have missed it. So we only have 2 cars out on track at the moment. It's Valtteri Bottas and Lance Stroll. I imagine at around 50-45 minute mark, that's when a lot of the cars are going to start coming back out on track, and we're going to have a lot of cars, hopefully, being tempted by some long runs on the C4 tyres. So while it won't be representative times, there'll be quicker times, which I much prefer. Who's going to win the teammate battle at Haas? Yeah, I'm quite torn on that now, because obviously we don't know how good Mick is, because Nikita Mazepin wasn't a great gauge. I'm going to go with Magnussen just because he's got the experience, and I think potentially Magnussen and Schumacher are likely to have fairly similar careers this year. Not this year, in general. Oh, hello. Lance Stroll's on a set of C4 tyres, and he's gone green Sector 1. So Carlos Sainz? What am I about? Lance Stroll looking like he's about to improve, so let's keep an eye on Lance Stroll as he's finishing. But yeah, like I say, I'd probably just lean towards Magnussen. But only just because he's got more experience, really. So right, Lance Stroll, let's see what his Sector 2 split's like. He's got a 1:10.9 to beat. He's 4/10ths down at the moment on Charles Leclerc's time on the C3 tyres, so not stunning, but I've got to say the car looks a little bit heavy, so I still think they've got fairly high fuel in there. It's not a light looking car at all. It's pretty pretty rugged into the corners. So here we go. Going through the final corner. No real dramas. Not running wide. Just staying on the white line. Not that the time would be deleted anyway. And across the line, Lance Stroll goes. 0.6 off the pace up into P3. A 1:35.219. On a set of C4 tyres. Lance Stroll up towards P3, but slower by about 1/10.5 than Alex Albon. So I think they've got higher fuel in there. I'm going to be honest, but who knows? Who knows? They're talking about some visibility issues, which is quite interesting. So potentially something that we've seen today then is a driver struggling with being able to see the curbs and stuff like that. That'd be an interesting talking point if that is the case actually. Martin Brodwell currently saying he'd love to get into one of these cars. Horner is going to play the nice guy this year. Last year he went berserk. I don't know. I don't think we didn't see the best side of Toto or Christian last year, to be brutally honest. I think it, and that's the I don't know. It's one of those things that's great because it's drama, but you sort of listen to it all and you go, really? Like, it's just one of those, like, just stop it. But also it's drama, so it's fun. It's quite hard to tell which one I prefer. Oh, Drive to Survive comes out tomorrow, doesn't it, as well? I think we'll skip straight towards episode 9 and 10, which I believe are the Abu Dhabi episodes. So, I think I'll probably be skipping to those 2 episodes, because I think that's where anything, like, new will come from. And then I'll just work my way through all the other episodes over time. Less of a rush on those ones. But yeah, I think as you should start with any good series, start at the back and move. Start at the end and go from there. What do I think about the Aston Martin pace? I don't know. I think we can move them up towards P5. I think they're originally what I said in Barcelona was I think it'd be pretty close between them and Alpine. But to be brutally honest, I've seen. Look, we haven't seen performance running, so it's hard to know. But from sort of like how the cars are handling, the reliability, I'm going to go Aston Martin over Alpine now. I think Alpine could end up being the 6th best car with Aston Martin 5th. How much Red Bull do you think Latifi will get this year? I don't know. It depends how much he got at the end of last year. It depends when he runs out. Toto be like our livery is grey, like the grey areas and regulations. Yeah, that's a good one. Adrian, you don't look too happy. No, I mean, we've seen a couple of pictures. I've seen him smiling today. I've seen some pictures of him smiling today. He's not entered a horrible depression. So yeah, that Williams doesn't look like it's coming out too soon. Albon's helmet currently planted right at the top of the chassis. So I think we've got some time before that Williams car's back out on track. As I say that, they give him the helmet. But no, he will be sometime. Right, so what have we got? We've got Pierre Gasly out on track. We also have Bottas and Stroll. They're the 3 drivers out on track at the moment. Currently sitting P3, 4 and 5 in the timing order. Facecam, yeah, no, normally I do. But because I was travelling between home and uni, I haven't had time to set it up. I only got back last night and like I'm genuinely busy at the moment. I've got a lot going on, so haven't had the time to properly set it up. Can Williams fight for the midfield? They absolutely can this year. I'm moving them up to like 7th, 8th in my predictions now. I think they're going to be sort of around about where AlphaTauri are, to be brutally honest. But I mean that's pure guesswork. There's no basis behind that. I'm pretty encouraged by what I'm seeing from by what I'm seeing from Williams, to be honest. So yeah, we've only got 1 hour to go now, and hopefully we're going to see a few more. Maybe even some light fuel C3 running. That'd be pretty cool, actually, because the C3 are the tyres, of course, that we get near enough at every single weekend, unless Pirelli decide to skip compounds like they are in Australia. But even there, the C3s are. So yeah, it's an interesting one if anyone missed it. So in Australia, they'll be using the C2, C3, and C5 tyres. So they're completely skipping the C4 tyres, which is interesting. So obviously the soft would be a qualifying tyre. You see, I think that works better when you still have the old Q2 rule though, because it forces the top 10, so the quick drivers, to go onto the worst tyres. That they're gonna have to pit very. Oh, hello, Pierre Gasly's gone 2nd. That's a decent lap time. Unfortunately, I can't actually see what the time was because the screen is very small and they're doing split screen anyway. I'm watching on an 11-inch tablet and it's split screen, so no idea what time he set. Pierre Gasly has just moved up to P2, so I'm going to sit here and wait for the time to update. Probably on Autosport, they might do it quicker maybe, I don't know. I'll keep switching between the two until I see someone update it. It was a 134.800 for Pierre Gasly. 134.800. So yeah, big improvement. And he's on a set of the C3 tyres. So here we go. That might be that low fuel C3 running I was mentioning a minute ago. Because that's not a bad lap time. That's right near Charles Leclerc. Obviously, we've got better track conditions right now. Much more rubber out on the track. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Not a bad lap time. Not a bad lap time at all. Is true Merc have a new cooling system? Yeah, they're using a chemical cooling system, which I'm personally really interested by. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. And here we go, just 1 hour to go. So Pierre Gasly, they could show a replay of his lap, or is he just showing him crossing? Is this maybe really bad? Oh, the porpoising. Oh, wow. Yeah, the porpoising there, really, really bad heading down to turn 1. We hadn't seen... Oh, that's bad. That does not look comfortable. His head is properly jumping up and down there. That is... I don't know why I'm jumping up and down in my seat. I haven't got the face cam set up. But yeah, no, that's pretty bad. That does not look comfortable. Oh, he's doing it through the corners. Oh, we haven't seen it going through the corners before. I tell you what, they're going to need to do some work on that. That does not look comfortable. Oh, big lock up for Lance Stroll as well. Big lock up down into turn 10. And that'll be whatever lap he was trying over. And probably his set of C4 tyres when I'm truly done with, I think. Can Pierre Gasly gets it in a Red Bull again, maybe in 2 or 3 years? Potentially. Apparently, he's contracted until the end of next season. I think he's happy to stay at AlphaTauri this year and next year. But past that point, I think he wants to go to Red Bull. So whether he replaces Perez or not, I don't know how that's going to work, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's interesting though. That's really interesting. That is a lot of porpoising. I think that's probably some of the most we've seen actually anywhere. Uh, 2023 wants a big team. Yeah, well, okay. I've seen conflicting reports. Then I saw a quote of him talking about it. Seeing the first day testing, do you think Ferrari are the real deal this season? I'd say so, to be honest. They seem to have one of the most stable cars. Not suffering with the porpoising too much. They have done at times. Don't get me wrong here. They have. They're not free from the issue, but, you know. Is Max going to stay at Red Bull till 2028, though? Yeah, that's a good point. Because surely in that period, they're going to have 2 or 3 years where they're, not particularly quick. That's just how F1 works. Well, typically. So I don't know, it's a weird one. I wouldn't have signed for that long, even though it's great money. I wouldn't have signed for that long. I feel like it's such a big risk. Obviously, he'd probably have a clause in there for like if they're underperforming that he's allowed to leave though. So he's probably not tied in for that long. There will be release clauses. Will we have wet running in Bahrain too, or is that only Barcelona? I'd be surprised if they tried it here. There's a lot of sand out on the track, so it's going to be really dusty and like really, really greasy and horrible when it's all going. Yeah, and it'll dry too quickly just because of how warm it is. So I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if we get any wet running. I wouldn't put it past Pirelli. They'll probably just try it anyway for a laugh, but I don't know. Don't know what they'll do. Do I think Mercedes will keep the new upgraded side pod all the way to the end of 2022 season, or will they go back to this Barcelona setup? Well, I think they're going to swap. I think they're going to swap as the season goes on. I don't think they're going to stick with the same one. I think they're going to be consistently changing whichever one they go with. So, I think it's going to vary race by race. You go to a higher downforce track, they're probably going to want the old setup. So I don't know how they're going to run it, but it'll be interesting to see anyway. Is there any significant change of the porpoising issue of Merc after changing side pods? I don't think so. Well, obviously it's hard to compare because we didn't get to see them. We didn't get much footage of them in Barcelona, so it's really hard to tell. I don't know. I think it's pretty similar to what we were seeing before, but you have to bear in mind they're suffering with the porpoising, and they're going quite a lot slower through the speed traps than other teams, and they're suffering with it. Whereas maybe other teams are backing off and not suffering with it as much. So potentially, I think Mercedes might be strong. Oh, it's going there. You can see the front wing shaking a little bit there. But yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? It's a really weird one. I wouldn't say there's any evidence to suggest it yet. But, you know, ideally they strap on a different one and give it a go. George Russell set a personal best sector 2. He's 9/10ths down at the moment on Charles Leclerc. So if he can keep some time in the final sector here, that's shaking a lot bit. It is. Yeah, that Mercedes not looking particularly comfortable. As George Russell comes up across the line in just a moment, he needs to beat a 36.030, and he sets to be in the 135s. It is in the 135s, and it is a 1 minute 35.941. Yeah. So Martin Brodwell pointed out, Carlos Sainz is on a quick lap as well, so I'll keep an eye on him. But the front wing was flexing quite a lot on that Mercedes there, so I think that's... Oh, Carlos Sainz 2/10ths off of Leclerc through Sector 2 now. So Carlos Sainz might be about to beat Pierre Gasly. Potentially... Oh, this is going to be close. It's either going to be P2 or P3, I imagine, for Carlos. He's on a set of C3 tyres. His first go on the C3s. Carlos Sainz running up to the line just about 5 seconds time. He's exited final corner. No real mistakes. Here we go. It is a 1 minute. He's gone... Oh, it's a purple sector 3, but not quite fast. It's 1:34.713. Here we go. I love it when we get some good lap times. It's much more... These aren't even particularly fast lap times. I just like it when they go quicker. It's fun. But yeah, purple sector 3 for Carlos Sainz. There we go. So yeah, there was a lot of deflection on the Mercedes front wing there, so that'll be something that I'm sure the teams will be looking at, and I'm sure Red Bull will be keeping a close eye on and ready to report at a moment's notice. So yeah, a lot of flexing on the Mercedes front wing, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. If anything's done on that, because it was definitely flexing quite a lot. But I don't know if that was because of vibrations due to porpoising, because that could raise a bit of an issue as well, as if you're having all of this deflection because of the porpoising, which could actually be a little bit illegal, but who knows. Hit the like button, lads. These lands to say. Oh, thank you, Dinosax. Can you share live stream? Well, I'm watching it on Sky Sports F1, so I can't share it. It's not a website thing. There's nothing to share for it. You're not having my login information. I'll say that much. Yeah, P2 for Carlos Sainz. He's done a decent job there. Up into P2 he goes, and yeah, pretty close to his teammate as well. So. There we go. So yeah, Aston Martin having some issues as well with the porpoising. So yeah, I think everyone's oh, hello, Pierre Gasly, fastest by half a second of 1:34.010. 1:34.010 from Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly goes fastest on a set of C4 tyres there. So Pierre Gasly half a second quicker on a set of C4 tyres, and we have a new leader. There we go. Anyway, UK to watch. Anyway, I know to watch in India. No, unfortunately not. I don't think From what I've heard, even VPNs aren't working for F1 TV. So, no, unfortunately not. I wish there was, but yeah, no, unfortunately not. Signs 1:34.713. Yeah, we got that one. Pierre Gasly. Yeah, exactly. Great to see some cars going around in circles. Had a S-word day in school. No, I don't know if I can swear on stream. I don't know if YouTube likes it. Had double homework because of a maths test I didn't know existed. Press F to Perez. That is rough. That is very, very rough. Yeah, not a fan of that. Not a fan of that one bit. Oscar High says a bit of a Mercedes replay. They've got some aero rakes on the car at the moment, so evidently they're still trying out new stuff with that car, even into the final 40-50 minutes or so. You're telling me VPN ain't working for F1 TV? Yeah, that's what I've heard so far. Well, I've heard some other people saying they've given it a go and it didn't work, so yeah, I'm not sure. I think they're slowly showing off their cards now. They're slowly getting faster and faster. They are, aren't they? They are. Right, I'm going to do the lap count update because I haven't done that for quite some time. I just saw someone asking for it, so I'll quickly do that. So George Russell up onto... So I'm only going to update the Russell obviously on track. So George Russell up to 42 now. Sergio Perez, he is on 131. Will he beat Max's? I think it's a 147 from day one in Barcelona. He's still got the time to do it, so let's see if he does. Carlos Sainz is on 33. Lando Norris, we know he went back out. He's on 40 now. He hasn't been out back on track for some time, though. He had a couple of lockups, and I don't think he's... come back out too much. I've got to say as well, I love what Alfa Romeo have done with the wheel rims. They've got like red and white on it. It's really cool when they're going around the track. It looks really good. Fernando Alonso, he hasn't been out on track for quite some time. I think more issues for Alpine. I've got to say, they're I don't know. I'm starting to question Alpine a little bit, to be honest. I was quite confident with them, but they haven't got a lot of laps in today, so... Mind you, we're not seeing anywhere near as many laps as we saw in Barcelona anyway from most of the drivers out there. Some of them have put in a really good shift, like Perez, but... Yeah, we've not seen quite as much as... Actually, Gasly as well, to be fair to him. He's done a good job. And Albon. Stroll's done 35 laps. We've got Alex Albon on 104. He's obviously not been out for quite some time because he had that hydraulics issue, it looked like, according to Martin Brundle as well. He seconded. Bottas saying... Where's Bottas? I've lost Bottas. Here we go. He's in 6th on 52 laps. Good for him. Oh, I've got him 6th. I have got him 6th. Brilliant. Pietro Fittipaldi sitting P14 on 33 laps. Still having set his best lap time on a set of the test tyres. So there we go. Sad for Alonso. Yeah, it's not going great. I think El Plan is over. Yeah, I think Alpine have gone wrong. I agree. I think everyone in the same boat here. I think something has gone quite wrong at Alpine. El Plan has very quickly become the a literal L plan. El Blan is working. It is. An F1 website, Leclerc's done 64 laps and sizes on lap number 42. Yeah, they'll vary. Oh, actually, signs on 42. Do I update signs? Has the race just not updated it for a while? Oh, wait. I might have missed signs, to be fair. I might have put it in the wrong one or something. I might have just missed signs, to be brutally honest. Yeah, I think there's a decent chance I just missed signs. What was the other driver you mentioned? Because there's a genuine chance I just missed them. Leclerc on 64 according. What do I have Leclerc on? Oh, I've got on 6. Oh, okay, right. Yeah, Leclerc is on 64. I'm using the race for this, so any data that may be wrong, blame them, not me. It's not my data that I'm using. So I think when I did this, they didn't update it at the end of the session. They might have done it like a little bit later in lunch, potentially. So yeah, all the drives who had finished a little bit wrong, so there we go. And then Hamilton also this morning managed to get up to 62. So there we go. Now it's all right. So yeah, I think they updated it after I checked it, which is a little bit annoying, but there we go. It's all right now. Williams is looking decent this year. They are, to be fair to them. I've moved them up to 7th in my constructors' standings now. So yeah, I mean they were 8th or 9th before Barcelona. So I don't think we can say yet who's strongest. No, I don't either. I think it's so close between the top 3 and potentially even McLaren as well. They could be right up there. I don't think we've got anything to suggest they won't be so far. They've been regularly near the top of the standings, and the car looks like it's handling really well. So, you know, even if it may not be the quickest, it's going to be at least a nice drive for the drivers. What are my thoughts about Williams' side pod design? I mean, it's really close to the Mercedes design. They could very easily convert that into the Mercedes design if it proves to be really effective. I don't know if they've got the whole chemical coolant system though, which is obviously why they need such a which is obviously why they need such a big air intake. Ferrari got their car. They are now setting up car for Bahrain race. Yeah, you know that's what I sort of mentioned in my video about what to look for in testing. Is teams are going to start fine tuning their Bahrain setup, because if you can nab a cheeky 1-2 or like 1-3, 2-4, something like it, just a really good result in Bahrain, that can set you up for the season well. I think that's going to happen more towards day 2 and 3. Though I'm not sure if Ferrari will be complete, because Ferrari are bringing in some upgrades over the next 2 days. So I think that's when we're going to start to see people just using these testing sessions as basically extra practice sessions for Bahrain, for the race in just over a week's time. I don't know why we're here when we're racing in just a week. You know, I don't know why we're here. I wouldn't have gone here. I don't get it, quite frankly, but there you go. What I would have done is Bahrain first, then Barcelona second. So that would have forced that would have meant the data that you get in Bahrain, because they'll be using the different parts to what they're going to turn up with in round 1. It means the data's not quite as useful. So I'd have done that at least, but you know, I'm not the FIA and I haven't been given loads of money to do it. So there you go. Merc can't sandbag too hard because they don't know their true performance. This isn't the same era as their dominant one. It could be. Who knows? What's porpoising? So it's basically what's happening is when the cars are hitting their maximum velocity or somewhere similar, fairly fast down the straight, you're getting so much downforce that the car's effectively bottoming out on the floor, which then causes the air above the floor to stall, which means that the downforce stops, meaning the car goes back up, which means the downforce starts again, which means it goes back down, and then it stops and it goes up, and then it starts and it goes back down. So basically you're just bumping down the straight because the downforce is stalling, then coming back, stalling, then coming back, and it's not particularly comfortable, to be honest, by the looks of it. Yeah, switching Bahrain and Barcelona would be better, or take Jeddah for the first race. So, but yeah, exactly, do something along those lines. But I don't know. I don't know. People from the Philippines, how do you watch live race? Any suggestions? How come the Mercs have low laps? Yeah, they've just, I mean, I don't know, 62 in the morning session was decent from Hamilton, to be honest. And George, he's still got another 42 minutes pump laps in. Because you have to bear in mind, if a team does 3 figures in a day, they've done a decent job. Like, that's the sort of numbers we normally see. So 3 figures in a day, decent. That's fine. Nothing to worry about. Or skip free practice for Bahrain. That's another shout as well, potentially. That's definitely a shout. If Mercedes keep changing their setup of side pods throughout the season, it will be hard for George to have... Oh, yeah, you know, that's nothing. You do need some stability in your car. You do need to know what it's going to do between races. But, I don't know, I think they've got good drivers. They'll be able to adapt to it. Have I done my teammate picture? No, I'm going to do all of this sort of thing. I'm going to do... I'll just all in a video after testing. I'm going to do constructors and driver standings predictions and teammate and things like that. We're going to have a massive prediction video. Alonso's improving. He is green through sector 1 and 2, but he is 2.2 seconds off Pierre Gasly's time. But this will be an improvement for the Spaniard nonetheless. Finally back out on track. Good to see him. He's on a set of C2 tyres. He's got to beat a 1:39.437, so I think he might just about be able to do that. Fernando Alonso, he sat right at the bottom of our leaderboard all day, but no, he's coming into the pit. He's just coming to the pit lane. Cheers for that. That's great. Brilliant. Into the pit lane, Fernando Alonso goes as I was getting ready to type in his time. That was brilliant. What are we seeing? Yeah, try not to do too much spam. But yeah, V1 McLaren, if you stop spamming, I'll answer it. V1 McLaren, I think what you've got with McLaren is I think they're going to be a pretty comfortable 4th place. And, you know, on their day, they're going to be able to fight up there with the top 3. But I don't know how often that day is going to come. But I think they're going to comfortably be the 4th quickest team. I think they'll have a bit of an advantage over Aston Martin and Alpine. I'm pretty confident of that. Their car seems slightly more advanced. But yeah. Need to get another active mod, mate. I know. Well, no, we do typically, but I think actually I don't know why there's none here. We normally have quite a few, but I don't know. I turned slow mode off for this because I think no, it'll be all right. It's only really an issue when we've got like 5,000 people. That's when it becomes a bit of a challenge. But no, it's all right. Ferrari looks promising this year. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, look, for me, they're first or second. One of the. Oh, what's Lando doing there? Huh. Lando just getting understeer mid-course. That is so weird. So yeah, going down into turn 9 and 10. Lando, I will say, he's one of the drivers who are the most adverse to locking up their tyres. Other drivers have just kept it absolutely planted on the brakes. Pierre Gasly getting a massive snap oversteer on the exit, the final corner. Who's my favourite driver? Lando, because I followed him since karting. So it's it's been mega to see him, you know, drive up through the ranks and end up in F1. So especially driving for the team that I supported since I was like 8 or 9 or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, pretty cool to see. Gasly drifting is, isn't it? And then missing turn 1 pretty much. Big lock up there for Pietro Fittipaldi. Massive lock up. How does Merc match the weight requirements now that they removed so much from the car? That's a splendid question. I don't know the answer to it. Look, most of the heavy components, the things that actually weigh a lot, you know, they all still have to be there. So I don't think they've really changed a lot. But yeah, Lando not really having a fun day. He's not. Every time I've looked, as I was halfway through saying that, Lando has just completely run wide at the top of turn 4. But yeah, no, he's not having a great day. I'm saying the McLaren looks pretty easy to drive, but I think it's more because he's backing out of it immediately, so it's making it look a lot more. It's making it look a lot more dramatic than I think it probably is for Lando. Do you think Charles Leclerc will beat Carlos Sainz this year? Will beat Carlos Sainz this year. I think so, because he should have beaten Carlos last year, but only lost out due to like some bad luck and some small mistakes. I think on raw pace he should have beaten him, so I'd be surprised that doesn't happen. Guys, okay, you don't need to spam. I will see it. Like I said, when there's thousands of people in here, I do get the spam. That's sort of okay actually. If you do it like 3 or 4 times, that's not too much of a mess, because I will normally miss your question, but it's okay. I will answer most of your questions. There we go. Do you think Charles Leclerc will beat Carlos? Okay, yes. Yes, I do. Right, so Lando going across the line, so he's maybe starting off a lap. He's not using DRS or anything, so I think... Oh, no, he is. He's using it right at the end of the straight, just for fun. Are they trying to stop the porpoising by using DRS right near when it's about to start, potentially? That'd be quite an interesting one. Don't spam or I will be very mad. Thank you, Tony. Is the lap count updated? It's pretty updated, yeah. It's pretty updated. I will go back and do it in a few minutes' time. I want to see another shoe. We're doing the shoe at 10k. We're doing the shoe at 10k. It will happen eventually. It will happen eventually. Yeah, Lando very wide at the top of turn 4 there. Do I think most drivers will have a different driving style this season? Yes, they will be forced to. The cars just handle so differently through the slow corners. You're really going to have to shake up how you're driving. Because of this ground effect, you're losing so much downforce through these slow corners now. So, yeah, they will. Absolutely. Is there a chance of AlphaTauri being better than Red Bull? I wouldn't say so. I think AlphaTauri might be worse this year than they were last year, being brutally honest. Oh, I say that. They are currently P1, but I don't know. Ooh, that's a big lock-up from Fittipaldi down into turn 1. Massive lock-up. Why are we seeing so many lock-ups? It seems really weird. I know they're getting used to how the cars are handling, but this is so many lock-ups. It just seems a bit... It just seems a bit weird. Who is the reserve for McLaren? Daniel is 2-6 to drive tomorrow. Could Lando do? Well, I mean, Lando would probably do the other day tomorrow. There's no point. There's no point in putting your reserve driver in when you can choose another one of your first team drivers, I guess. I feel that the increased pressure difference down below the floor, Mercedes have multiplied their bounce issue. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. Because, of course, there's now more surface area of the floor. So, yeah, that's a good point. Do I think Lando's holding back? I think everyone's holding back still. I think everyone on this grid can still go 2 or 3 seconds quicker than they are now. Could someone tell me why he's not coach? Do you mean me? Normally, I would have the webcam set up, but I've come back from uni. I'm back at home, and I'm really busy for the next few days. So, and I have been before as well. So, you know, I've had lectures and stuff. So it's been a real pain. I haven't been able to set everything up, unfortunately. So yeah. How much am I betting Red Bull protest Merc? I mean, I don't think they are. I honestly, right? I think his room's a mess, is what he meant. Well, no, I mean it's I haven't actually set up the camera. it is still in my bag somewhere. What happened to McLaren? Nothing bad's happened to McLaren. They're just sort of, casually driving around. Lando's not done many laps today, to be fair. But yeah, he wasn't meant to be in the car today. K-Mag, I don't know if he's going to be in the car, to be honest. I don't know when he's going to be, I don't know when he's going to be in the car. Actually, has anyone... Yeah, I'm just going to freeball this completely. Does anyone know if K-Mag's actually going to be in the car today or tomorrow or the day after? Obviously, it's not today because it's Fittipaldi, but... I'd assume you're going to get Mick. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I think moving the side pods are a mistake. I don't know. We're going to have to see more of it. I think it's a bit of a lock-up for George Russell there. Into turn 10, running wide, over the curb. I should probably just create a soundboard of me saying that, because it's happened that many times today. K-Mag's getting seat fit. Yeah, I saw he's getting the seat fitting. I saw that because apparently he used the same seat all through his whole time at Haas. He just used the same seat. He said that in an interview a little bit earlier today, which I was really interested by. Actually, that's not typical. Tomorrow he'll be okay. Cool. Yeah, Russell lock up again. Yeah, I know he's really struggling, George. So was Lewis, to be fair, a little bit earlier as well. Tony saying, "Where are my mod friends?" I know. Where are they? Where are they at today? Where are they at? I don't know, make me right. Yeah, you can see it. Anyway, anyone who sort of stays around for a while, like I'm happy to yeah, there you go, Stephen. Have your little be blue. There you go, you're blue now. Oh, I'm surprised. I've just clocked why my Wi-Fi's been a bit shaky. I'm using an Italian VPN right now, which is brilliant. I don't know how long I've been here, to be honest. Yeah, I don't either. I've seen you around enough times. I've seen you around. Right, what we say? Even though the side pods are cool, I don't think they will affect performance that much in terms of grip. I think they have just made the cars more volatile, judged by how Hamilton drove in the morning. Yeah, like I get that point. Oh, it's a bit of... Yeah, not a lot of porpoising from the outside. This is so weird. We're seeing some cars really suffering from the porpoising at times, and then just completely not other times. It's really weird how this is happening, but they must just be playing with the setups a fair bit, trying to see what the difference is. Because they're under 1k subs. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Watching the first day of Test Barcelona, Sappy Family Challenge. Oh, thank you, Ranga, thank you. Is it possible for Merc to bring 2 cars with side pods and without different? I mean, look, they can just strap it on. Like the actual configuration of the car stays pretty similar, so they can just swap week in, week out. Really, it's not too much of a hassle. So yeah, they wouldn't need 2 cars. They'd just need both the sets of side pods set up, and obviously they'd I assume different floors as well. So I'm just watching what's going on with Pierre Gasly. I think this is okay. No, they've cut away from it. I'm not entirely sure what that was because that was not late enough in the lap to see the porpoising, and it also didn't show anything interesting. So I don't know if he had a little bit of a mistake through the final corner again or something here. So I know we've got 31 and a half minutes left of this session now. It's not too long at all. Not too long at all. And into the pit lane, Pierre Gasly comes. So there we go. We're down to just 3 cars onto the track now, and it's Valtteri Bottas, George Russell, and Fernando Alonso. So good to see Alonso getting some more running in. I am going to get the lap count quickly. I'm going to update the lap count. Where's lap count? There's a lap count. Brilliant. Right, so let's update lap count. So we've got George Russell now up to 55. Then we've got Sergio Perez. Where's Checo? There he is, 131. Then we've got Carlos Sainz. He is on 48. Then we've got Lando Norris. On 44. Then we've got Alonso on 15. Please don't do that, phone. Then we've got Pierre Gasly. Where's Gasly at? Oh, yeah, he's now, I'm definitely not used to looking at P1 to find Pierre Gasly. That's going to take some getting used to. Lance Stroll, he's on 39 laps. We've got Alex Albon, he is on 104. We've got Valtteri Bottas on 55. And we have Pietro Fittipaldi on 41. There we go. So, right, let's head back to the chat. What was it? Oh yeah, the kebab. Yeah, I haven't got the payments from YouTube yet. I need the money first. Oh god. Kebab spammer. That's one of the best you can do. Why so much lap time compared to last testing? So much lap time. Oh, so why is lap time so high compared to last testing? Well, I think the cars are a little bit slower. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'm getting lured into this, thinking the cars are a lot slower than they are or not. I don't know if the sandbagging is actually winning me over here, which I don't like. That's annoying me. I don't know if the sandbagging is winning this fight, but I don't know. So we're gonna see Alonso improve his lap time again by the looks of it. Hopefully he'll actually improve his lap time this time, rather than darting into the pit lane right at the end. So he's on set C3 test. Oh, he's taking so many jabs at turn 10 there. The car really unsettled, but he's carrying on. He's got his DRS open. The Alpine looks like it's darting in like several different directions down the straight. This is not. It doesn't look like a stable car at all. Looked like he was really fighting the car there. He's done. Oh yeah, no, he's quite slow now. He's 1.9 seconds off the pace. So hopefully, if he doesn't come in the pit lane, he will still improve though by quite a bit. So fingers crossed, he's still going to come in. Still going to finish the lap. Come on. So Fernando... Oh, no, they've gone really slow through the last quarter. No, Alonso, I just want to update your time. I don't want you sitting down at the bottom. It's depressing. Where's Face Cam Bro? Yeah, so I had it last time, but basically because I'm travelling between uni and home so much, it's not useful to set up at the moment. I'll hopefully have it tomorrow. I think I'll probably have it tomorrow. I'm not sure. It depends if I can be bothered to set it up, because I'm going back on... when am I going back? Going back Sunday. So, yeah, it depends whether I can be bothered to set it up or not. Alpine isn't even porpoising, he's just bouncing. Yeah, it's just moving. Instead of bouncing up and down, it's just moving side to side. Like a roller coaster. How funny is that? Let's support RaceBeacon's channel, guys. Oh, thank you, Michael. I'll be sure to tune in. Brilliant, brilliant. I'll see you there. Like I said, I don't know what the schedule is going to be like tomorrow. I'll try to stream as much as possible. Tomorrow's probably my most free day, so it's probably the day that's going to get the most streaming out of all of them. Gasly, Bottas, Perez, and Alonso is currently on track. Yep, it's Gasly, Bottas, Perez, and Alonso. That is the yes, that is it. Side impact requirements are only 2 stiff rods pointing sideways. Merc is league in that aspect as well. Yes, absolutely they are. Yeah. Tomorrow's the day he's going to clean a room and have a face cameo. How old am I? I'm 19. So I've got a lot of streaming left in me. So here we go. We've got Perez coming across the line, not using DRS, obviously not pushing too hard. Only 297 in the speed trap, so we're looking at engine being turned down here, very high fuel, not even hitting 300 yet. Gasly P1, Christian, no. Williams look consistently better than last year. Yeah, they do. I've moved them up to like P7 in my constructors ranking now, I think. My mental constructors ranking. I hope not see cars porpoising during each. I hope not see the cars doing porpoising during races. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty fun. I'd love to see 20 cars going down the main straight porpoising. I think that'd be. Ooh, what? Oh, I think the microphone on the Alfa Tower is broken. That is a horrible noise. Oh, if the Alfa Tower sounds like that this year, I'm muting my TV every time that car appears. Jeez. Pierre set a purple sector 2. He is a 10th up. So Pierre Gasly, a 10th up. Are we about to go just that little bit quicker? Are we going to dip down into the 1 minute 33s? Let's see. Is Pierre Gasly about to run up to the line? He's coming through the final corner now, keeping it all on the road. A little bit squirmy on the exit, running the curb. Let's see if he can improve. He's using his DRS as well, so he's properly going it for him. He improves by a 1/10 of a second. It's a 1:33.902 for Pierre Gasly on a set of C5 tyres now. So he's... Yeah. I beat Crofty. Crofty said it was C4s and he's wrong. I should be the F1 commentator. There we go. So yeah, he's improved again. So there we go. New best time. Gasly running low fuel. Potentially a little bit more. Yeah. The memes will be bloody glorious. We'll be binge watching DTS tomorrow. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I'm gonna watch episodes 9 and 10 straight away. We could do a live watch along of DTS this week. What are the T tyres? So yeah, the T tyres are the test tyres. So they're not tyres that could be run this year. They're just basically Pirelli test tyres. So yeah, they're not good. Oh, here we go. A little bit of racing. Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso testing out the slipstream a little bit here. Lance Stroll diving towards the inside on Fernando Alonso down into turn 1. Oh, that's a splendid move. Both on the C3 tyres, and it is an overtake as Lance Stroll moves himself. Oh, it's just testing, isn't it? Oh, hello. Alonso's fighting back, actually. Fernando Alonso regains it. They're actually racing. This is brilliant stuff. Fernando Alonso with the inside line. Stroll on the outside. They're still side by side. 2 corners in a row. Stroll pushing Alonso out to the right-hand side there. Hello. That's a bit much for testing, Lance. That's a little bit too much for a race. Okay. Okay, Lance. I think he's got a slightly more aggressive driving style today. That was interesting. What's... Lance, mate. We don't do that in testing, I'm afraid. Okay, that was pretty cool. I'm all for that. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, and ask their sponsors. Wow, that was brilliant. That was some really good battling, actually. But yeah, no, Lance has just completely pushed Alonso. Like, he's just doing a little extra jolt to the right-hand side there. So Lance went deep into turn 1, which gave the chance for Alonso. So Alonso got the move done because Lance went deep into the final corner. Then Lance got the DRS, clearly very frustrated. He gets a DRS, gets in the slipstream. So we got the slipstream clearly less powerful than I think we've seen in previous years. Or that Mercedes engine turned down. He then gets the move done down into a turn 1. Fernando Alonso tries to keep stuck in there. And then they start fighting again up into turn 4. Alonso had the inside line. And then Stroll just goes all the way to the right and pushes him out there. That was pretty cool. I love that. It's the last lap of the race. Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? I think Stroll, his frustration getting the better of him there. Because, I don't know, I mean, if Alonso wasn't, expecting it or paying attention, there actually would have been contact. That was brilliant. That was brilliant stuff. That was great, that was. That was brilliant. Can we do that more? I love this. I think Stroll just didn't even look. That wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. He has a habit of doing that. Stroll's up for a little stroll in the park today. I don't know. Wow. I was not expecting to get a little bit of racing in testing, but that was pretty fun. We've got 22 minutes to go on day one. We've got Lando Norris on a set of hard tyres, C2 tyres at the moment. Stroll was trying to test out the crash structure. I know, Mercedes is so long they could use it as a weapon. Try to ram the other car. Missing Eurosport race tyre mix-ups. Oh, yeah, I'm not. No, not at all. That was amazing to watch. That was brilliant stuff for a testing session. Good stuff. Oh, I'm surprised. I'm really pleasantly surprised by that. That was brilliant. Fearlessly forward on Lando Norris's steering wheel. So that's a McLaren speak. So he's gone personal best through Sector 1 has Lando Norris on a set of C2 tyres. Let's see what he's able to do on C2s. Car's still looking pretty heavy through the corner. So again, I still don't think this is low fuel running by any means, but we'll see what it's going to do. I assume this is going to be an improvement of some sorts. He's just a little bit down on Pierre Gasly through Sector 1. He's gone green, so only a few tenths off at the moment. Obviously, he's not going to get anywhere near Pierre, but here we go. Lando Norris, using all the entry curb up into turn 5. Love to see it. Alonso's improved to a 1:36.745. There we go. So Alonso improving. And I think Lando Norris might be about to as well. Lando Norris, he's gone green in Sector 2 as well. I didn't quite catch what the split was because I was putting in Alonso's time. So let's see. Lando Norris coming through the final corner now. A little bit of a lock-up on the front right, I think, actually. So he's gone a little bit deep, potentially. Well, that was just some dust being kicked up. And here we go. Lando Norris, a 1:35. It's a mid-1:35. It's a 1:35.356. 1:35.356. So he made a little bit of a mistake, though, through the final corner. So there's more time in that lap. Lando Norris up towards P6, just behind. Ooh, Stroll's improved. Stroll has improved, not sure what time to. I'm going to have a quick look at that on like the race or Autosport, one of the two. Stroll's done a 1:34.75, a 1:34.736. So Stroll improving. Was he on C4s? Yeah, he was on C4s there. So Lance Stroll, C4 tyres, improving ahead of Albon. Now we've got Sergio Perez closing up to the back of Valtteri Bottas. So are we going to get a little bit more racing out on track? The Red Bull versus the Alfa Romeo. This is brilliant stuff. I like this. 10k this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be uploading some videos and stuff. Why can't we see anymore? Basically, because I haven't got the webcam set up. I'm travelling between home and uni at the moment. Well, not at this second of time. I'm at home. But yeah, it just means I haven't got everything set up yet, and I'll give that a go. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have it set up. Basically, because I've got some like exam stuff to do a little bit later, so I can't promise I'll find the time to do it, because quite frankly, having streamed for several hours anyway, I'd rather just relax. But it's something I can do. I might do it. I don't know. Albon P4, Williams 0. Well, potentially on P5 now, but yeah. Not going bad for Albon. Not going bad. Is W13B slower? I don't know. It's quite hard to tell, to be honest. And again, I don't think... You know, we have nothing to compare it to. That's the problem. Yeah. Room's a mess. Actually, no. Truth be told, actually, the room is very clean. I'm actually gonna say it here. Room very clean. I just can't be bothered. I'm just lazy. That's the issue. Is Dog 13 having issues? I don't think so. I don't think we've seen anything like that yet. But Putin confiscated my webcam. I know I criticised him one too many times. He got to me. Oh Christ! I'm going to the gulag. Merck sandbagging hard limited their run times. They really have. They're about 50 kilometers an hour down in the speed traps from what we've seen so far. So there we go. You laughed at my joke. You must think I'm really funny. In reality, I'm a sad man cosplaying a panda bear. Oh god. Afternoon. Hello, Nistash. How you doing? So Valtteri Bottas still circulating on track. His Red Bull friend of Sergio Perez pulled into the pits before we got a chance to see them battle, unfortunately. How boring of them. Not quite putting on the action we had between Stroll and Alonso a few minutes ago. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Great bit of racing. That was... Loved that. That was brilliant. So they're talking about side pods on the Alfa Romeo now, I think. I'm going to listen to what I say. Oh, they're talking about missing Kimi now, never mind. How many test days is Bahrain? It says it's going to be 3. So we're going all the way to Saturday. Time for more lockups. We haven't had one for a while, have we? We need a couple more. Let's get George back out on track. He can provide us a few. Are the laps up to date? No, actually, I'll do that again. I haven't done that for a little bit now, so I'll update the lap count again. I mean, it's fairly up to date. Like you can get an idea, but yeah, the actual values are a little bit off. So right, we have. Let's see. I don't know. It looks like Bottas is pushing it a little bit harder here. Let's see if he does improve or something. There's no time to indicate he. Yeah, no, he hasn't. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do the lap count update again. So currently on track while I say all this is Gasly. He's on an out lap, so he could be going for a performance run now if he's on like C4s or C5s. And they're just cutting to a replay of Lando Norris. Let's see what's going on here. He's come through the quick left-hander. Turn 5, turn 6. Ooh, he took a lot of inside curve at turn 6. Wow. And then ran a little bit wide at the exit of turn 8. So, yeah, nothing too bad. Or turn 7, I think that might have been. Yeah, it's not too bad. There's no real concern there. Can they go back to the? Can they go back to who's on track so I can just say it, please? I was halfway through and then they cut away. And then Lando had a massive lock-up down into turn 10 just to finish off that pretty dire lap. Okay, I take it back. The McLaren looks awful to drive. Right, there we go. So, Hamilton and Toto, we're getting an image of them sitting next to each other, standing next to each other. Right, so on track at the moment, we've got Gasly on an outlap, then we've got Stroll, Norris, Bottas, and Fittipaldi on an outlap. Is Fittipaldi. Right, so lap count update before this last 15 minutes really kicks off, and then I'll do it again, obviously, at the end of the session. George Russell with 56 laps. And then we've got Sergio Perez, by far the star of today, managing to put in 1:37 so far. Albon probably would have done a bit more, but he had a hydraulics issue forcing him to come into the pits. Ooh, okay. It looks as though something is leaking. Is it leaking or is that like a glue? I don't know what that is. It's like either the Red Bull's leaking or they've put some funny glue on it. I think it is leaking. Okay, yeah, they're taking it into the pit, so it is. Something is leaking from the Red Bull. That's an odd one. Martin Brundle said it as well. Right, there we go. I'm not wrong. Martin is gospel. Right, so Sainz was able to do 48 laps so far. Then you had Lando Norris able to do... they're doing some practice pit lane starts by the looks of it, a bit annoyingly. Oh, there's loads of cars going out on track now. Okay, here we go. We'll go have a busy 15 minutes. Like I say, I'll finish this and then we'll go back to track running. I'll try to do a bit of a live commentary sort of thing because I do think we're going to have a bit more track action going on now. So this last 15 minutes is always the most exciting part of the day, so I'll try to cover it as best as possible. Gasly, 99 laps, about to break the 100 mark in just a moment's time. Probably already has, actually. Fittipaldi's improving. He's on a set of the test tyres at the moment, which I've seen someone say might be a set of C5s, which is interesting if true. I have no idea, quite frankly, but yeah. Fittipaldi, is he going to improve through Sector 2? He does improve through Sector 2. He's 2.6 seconds off of Pierre Gasly's best time, but he's on those test tyres, is Fittipaldi. He's used the test tyres a lot today, so I think that's what Haas are doing today, just getting the test tyres in. Stroll has managed to do 45 laps. We've seen Albon, he hasn't come back out from 104 after his hydraulics issue. Bottas has done 65, and Fittipaldi, as he crosses the line, has just done a 1 minute 37.422, which means he doesn't change position, but he has improved. Did I put 440 when I said 442, or did I just say something different to what I put? No, it is 422. Why did I say 422 and put 440? Okay, that was weird. Pietro Fittipaldi, he had a little bit of a lock-up coming into turn 10, so that's what lost him a lot of time. And a big tail wag on the exit as well, so yeah, not ideal there. 42. Right, brilliant. Okay, so we are now into, the last about 13 minutes or so. I'm going to head back to the chat for a minute. So what was someone saying? Is K-Mag in Bahrain? Yeah, he is. He's had his seat fit going, so that's all good. C1 is hardest. Yeah, C1 is hardest, C5 is softest. C5 is softest. The Haas hit a plastic bag or something then. Why aren't you showing your face? You look stunning anyway. Oh, I thank you, Reyes. No, it's because I'm travelling between like home and uni a lot, so I just literally haven't had the time to set it up because I've got like exam stuff and actual lectures, so I literally just haven't set it up. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have it. Yeah, there we go, Stephen. Yeah, as Stephen said, I just haven't got the webcam out yet. I came home last night, ate some food, watched TV. There was football on, you can't blame me. Right, Carlos Sainz, he's half a tenth down in Sector 1 on set C3s. Here we go. This is it's a competitive lap time, actually. Carlos Sainz on set C3s. This could be really decent. Right, so let's get the live. I'll pull out my commentator again. Carlos Sainz coming down into turn 9 and 10. Is he going to lock up the front left tyre? There's a little bit. Oh, there's a big puff of smoke. That is a pretty big lock up for Carlos, but he is still able to near enough hit the apex. Didn't run too wide on the exit, so Carlos Sainz. Now, as he comes to turn 11, I don't think he lost too much time in that lock up. Obviously, it'll put him off a little bit and maybe a bit demoralising and a bit more cautious on the brakes next time out. But let's see what a Sector 2 split is like. Carlos Sainz, he is a quarter of a second down on Pierre Gasly's lap time, but Gasly did that on a set of C5s. Sainz on a set of C3s at the moment, so let's see. It looks like a decent car, the Ferrari, through most corners. Obviously, there's a little bit of a lock-up, but, you know, the best car in the world could lock up there. Coming into the final corner, no sign of a lock-up at all. Had to sort of have two jabs. Got a little bit beached on the curb, though, through the final corner. Across the line, Carlos goes. It is a 1 minute 34.359. He lost a little bit of time at the end there. Car just getting a little bit beached on the curb, unfortunately. But he goes P2 ahead of his teammate Charles Leclerc, who set his lap on the C3s early in the morning. Very early in the morning. There you go. K-Mag still thinking... so he's still doing it all. Okay, yeah, that's all. Because Red Bull is going for mileage, as seen in the 140 lap. Yeah, no, it's been mega. So, love to hear Clarkson having to make his Formula 1 broadcast. That would be great, wouldn't it? Formula 1 commentator, having those. Well, didn't they do it? God, going back, like, pure child. Didn't they do, like, a Phineas and Ferb? I think I've seen it on Twitter, like, years ago. Not Twitter, on YouTube years ago. They did, like, a Phineas and Ferb bit. Oh, no, give it a YouTube. It's probably there if you want to hear it. I think it's quite funny. I've seen it before. So, yeah, they're just showing Carlos Sainz lock up again. Yeah, he missed the apex a little bit. He probably lost a tenth or two there, to be honest. That's not ideal. Carlos definitely could have gone a bit quicker. Bro, mum puts blue and white clothing and mixed towel. Oh, no, turned pink. Oh, no. How's Red Bull this season? They're looking alright. Like, the car's handling pretty well. They're not struggling with the porpoising as much as the other teams. They've just not really gone for any performance runs today. So they've got a lot of laps in, but yeah, no, they've done a decent job today. Who's my favourite team driver next to Lando McLaren? Oh, God, my favourite driver apart from that. I don't really... Oh, okay. You know how we said send George Russell back out on track so we can say there's been a lock-up at turn 10? Well, George Russell was improving through Sector 1 on set C3 tyres, but unfortunately he's had a massive lock-up at turn 10, run wide, and that is his lap well and truly over. Right, there we go. So I'm an Alpine supporter, now how bad. Right, so yeah, my favourite driver and team apart from Lando McLaren. Oh, they're doing the virtual safety car test again. So there's a virtual safety car out on track. They're doing that test again. Why did he save this to the end and not the start? That's really annoying. This is when everyone's gearing up to do a performance run or something. Come drives on track, Sainz, Stroll, Russell, Alonso, and Fittipaldi. Yep, Fittipaldi, Alonso, Russell, Stroll, Sainz, and Gasly. Yeah. Gasly came back out on track as you were typing that, annoyingly. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, correct finish verb. Yay, there we go. Is it good? I remember it. No, I don't think I have seen it. Into the pit lane comes George Russell, probably to sort out that tyre. That was not good. God, I was trying to think who would be my favourite. Probably... Oh God, that's hard actually. Which driver on the grid do I like a lot? Okay. I mean, I don't know. I like Alonso. I like Sainz. I like Leclerc. Because I sort of followed Leclerc a bit more through his junior career. So maybe like one of those three. And then team-wise, I like Aston Martin, I guess, as a team, but I'm not a massive fan of Stroll or Seb. Like, I don't like actively want them to do really well. It's nice to see them do well, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, actually, that's a tricky one. Merc massive upgrade back for... Well, maybe. They are struggling a lot, but we're seeing a lot of teams struggling a lot, so I don't know, really. How's Red Bull? Oh, yeah, I read that one. Oh, there's a spin. Oh, there's a spin under... Oh, and it's beached as well. Oh, no, Checo. That's a red flag. And that'll be the end of the day, I imagine. Sergio Perez. He's spun under virtual safety car, and it is a red flag. He has got beached in the gravel trap. Sergio Perez. That is a very, very poor mistake there. Under virtual safety car, he's lost a rear end. I've never seen a car there, ever. Oh, thank you, Martin. Me and Martin just said that at the exact same time. I've never seen a car get beached there. Where is that? I think Ericsson hit him. Perez makes sure no one else gets to test. Yeah, exactly. No one gets their performance run in. Way too early to know if Merck made the right call. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to go either side, really. I mean, yeah, they're struggling, but you never know. Okay, right, so this is what happened. Gone through the fast left-hander, right-hander, back to left. Is he going to take too much curb, maybe? No, so he hasn't taken enough inside curb. Oh, no, he hasn't run wide either. So, okay, he's coming downhill into the corner. Virtual safety car, obviously. He clips the curb a little bit. He just lights up the rears. Oh, no, Checo. Oh, he's messed up. I don't think he knew a gravel trap was there. I don't think he knew the gravel was there. What's happened is he wasn't heading towards the gravel, but he turned the car to get off the track to try to turn around, and he's got stuck in I don't think he knew the gravel trap was there. Oh, that's embarrassing, Checo. I'm sorry, mate. That's an embarrassing one. Oh, no. Rookie mistake. Yeah, that really... Oh, no, Checo, man. No. That's the worst thing you could have done there. He made the worst possible choice. Oh, well. What's up with Gasly? I don't know. I mean, he's had his Weetabix, hasn't he? He's properly off on one. He's had enough. He's out of proteins. You guys have made me do like 140 odd laps today. I've had enough. I'm going home. I've done a lot of work today. I'm clocking out 5 minutes early. But yeah, I imagine that's going to be testing. That'll be it. I imagine. Red Bull feeling a pressure season. Oh, I don't know. I think Checo just didn't know there was any gravel there, to be honest. There we go. So you can see the picture now. He's got beached in the gravel trap, so you can see that picture on the right hand side. There you go. Gasly wants that Red Bull seat. Ah, right. So Pierre Gasly. Oh, that's poor. Oh, okay. That's porpoising quite a considerable amount and probably a lot earlier. Oh, that's really. Oh no, Pierre. I can't even lie, right? That actually looks really funny. He's porpoising really bad down the straight, but because it had the lights from the steering wheel, it looked a little bit like he was at a rave, just shaking his head up and down. It was quite funny. But yeah, no, that's not good. The AlphaTauri has been suffering with the porpoising a lot, as has the Mercedes. I'd say from what I've seen, they're probably the two biggest sufferers of it. Perez is just staring at the car right now, going, "Why did I do that?" Yeah, not ideal. Maybe Tsunoda will outpace them tomorrow too. Can't wait to see him driving up. Well, you never know. I mean, theoretically, AlphaTauri could turn up with the quickest car. I'd be surprised, and the odds are very, very low of it happening. But you never know, do you? They did pretty well in AlphaTauri / Toro Rosso. They do tend to overperform in pre-season testing, to be fair. So that's nothing new. He had a little bit of a spin, Checo, and got stuck in the gravel. He basically just turned into it. I don't know why he did that. I don't think he knew the gravel trap was there, unfortunately. That's it. That's it, folks. Next test tomorrow. Yeah, it is pretty much. I can't see them getting a session underway in the next 4 minutes now. So yeah, I believe that's probably going to be it. So let's do a lap count update while we're here, because I don't think we're going to get many more to look at. So how many laps did Checo do? He managed. To be fair to him, he managed 137 laps. Yeah, there we go. So FIA race control confirming session will not be resumed. So there we go. That is your day. That is day 1 of pre-season testing in Bahrain. The first televised test over. Pierre Gasly fastest with his 1:33.902. Pretty decent lap time, all things considered. I think realistically we're going to end in the sort of mid-30s by the end of the 3 days. Hopefully we're going to end up in the mid-30s, I imagine. If not, we do have to genuinely consider that these cars are quite a lot slower than they were last year. But no, it's been a day full of lockups at turn 10. I think we're going to be saying a lot of that over the next few days. So they're showing a replay of Sergio Perez here. Don't know why it's in slow motion throughout all this part. Completely irrelevant. Sort of put the car exactly where he wanted it everywhere else. It was under virtual safety car as well. He spun this under virtual safety car. I think the tires got so cold he just put a little bit too much on the rear end and just too much on the loud pedal, and away he went. So right, George Russell, he managed today, how many laps? He did 59 laps today. We managed from Sergio Perez at 1:37 before he went, unfortunately. So it's on his out lap. So yeah, I guess cold C2 tyres, I imagine, having it just been a safety car. I can sort of see how he's made that mistake. I'll forgive him. I'll forgive him a bit. Norris has done 49 laps. Sainz has done 51 laps. Fernando Alonso After, well, I assume was issues a little bit earlier in the day, only managing 24, his teammate 42. So yeah, not a great day for Alpine. They would have wanted more laps than that, especially after missing day 3 in Barcelona. Then you have Pierre Gasly. He managed in first place. I'm still not used to 102. So he got into the 3-figure club, so fair play to him. Lance Stroll managed 49 laps. Then you've also got Alex Albon on 104. So again, he did a decent job until he had a hydraulics issue. Valtteri Bottas 66. Then you've got Pietro Fittipaldi. Pietro, he did 46 laps today, but right at the rear end of the grid. Apparently he did set a best lap time of 37.422 on the C2s, but to me, that still looked like the test tyres. So I'm going to see what Autosport say, see if they agree. They're saying C. Okay, so it's a C2 prototype. So the test tyre is a C2 prototype. So T means prototype C2. There we go. That's there we go. Look, we're all good. We're all good. I guess we can chat for a bit up until we're done. Thanks guys for yeah, there you go. Race fans on there. Watch a fun around the world. Motorsport channel. Did McLaren have issues today? I don't know. It didn't seem like they did. We didn't see any. We didn't hear of any. But I think given the lap count, they potentially did. I imagine. You can see where to watch F1 on that website. That's pretty cool actually. Do my motto is Carlos Sainz is champion. Screenshot this and post after the season ends. Well, there you go. You know, it's a bulk. I don't think he'll be champion. I think he could easily be second or third in the drivers' championship though, if Ferrari are the quickest car. I just think Charles has more raw pace. It's more. I think it'd come down to consistency between those two. So I'll let the clock run out, and then answer any questions anyone has, and then we'll be good to go. How's the RB18? Pretty decent, you know. It's doing pretty well. It put in a lot of laps today until Sergio decided to just chuck it into a gravel trap. Under virtual safety car conditions, which isn't ideal, but yeah, there we go. So that is it. Maybe they already know Lando will have to drive tomorrow too, so might now want to break his neck already with bouncing around. Well, yeah, that's a good point. Well, yeah, how is it doing? It's in the gravel right now, exactly. It's not great. It was doing okay until that point, you know, until it got stuck in a gravel trap. It was doing great. Crofty has just described it as an oversized cake, so I feel like it's time that we turn him off. Oh, God. You single because I absolutely get 0 goals. Right. I think we're pretty much good. Right, so session result is now up on screen, so we'll give a full run through from the official FIA one. So C5 tyres from Lance Stroll. C5. Stroll did his on the C5s according to the official F1 graphic. So I'm gonna go with F1 on this one, rather than my eyes. So yeah, it was Pierre Gasly out on top for the AlphaTauri team with Pierre Gasly. Then you got Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc second and third on C3 tyres. And on the C5s you had Lance Stroll, and C4s it was Alexander Albon. Then you had C2s Lando Norris, decent lap time in the end for the young Brit in the McLaren car. By far the highest C2 runner. And I tell you what, that's actually a pretty encouraging lap time for what was a pretty difficult day. Then we've got Valtteri Bottas on the C3 tyres. Pretty good lap time, all things considered, ahead of Aston Martin, ahead of, well, obviously George and Perez, but they weren't really trying. Then you got Vettel, P8, George Russell, P9, Sergio Perez, P10. That's on the medium tyres, all of those C3 tyres. Then in the bottom 5, we've got bottom 5, we've got Lewis Hamilton P11 after doing the morning session on C3s, and then you have Fernando Alonso C3 tyres as well. Did get a better lap time in the end, thankfully, so yeah, he's done an alright job there. And then we got Esteban Ocon narrowly being pipped by Fernando Alonso, so Alpine clearly running fairly similar programs, but Ocon did his lap time on the C2 tyres, so I guess that one goes. Alonso was on C3s. Let me fix that one for you. Alonso on a set of C3 tyres. According to that. And then you've got Guan Yu, or Zhou Guan Yu, as the graphic says, which really annoys me, even though that's technically how you say it. 3.2 seconds off the pace. And then Pietro Fittipaldi, P15, on those test C2 tyres. And there we go. I think we're all good, are we? Thanks for your time, RaceBeacon. Till tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely, guys. See you all tomorrow. I think I think that'll about do us for today. It's been a decent day, hasn't it? We've covered quite a lot. So yeah, thanks guys. See you all tomorrow. I hope I'll be able to get some more some more streaming in tomorrow. I think it's a bit of a less busy day, especially in the afternoon. I might even be able to do the whole 4 hours potentially. So yeah, that'd be pretty good. See you all then, and well, as ever, until next time, goodbye.